But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
And then you're letting him lead you. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by
So the
women?
majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't go well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you, like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I can see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
shit like that.
Wow. What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be balance.
Explain what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put him in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like,
yeah, is going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think for biology.
It's ridiculous.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies? Or
poli-sci, political science.
Poli-sci, okay. Yeah. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
But it's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you, could you and your wife switch roles in what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basically, pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Yo, we here. DJ Hampton Stampede. We in the building. It's popping. Okay, everybody filing in pretty early, even though we late.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
You know
Shit
what I
like
mean?
that. Shit like that.
Lionel, I see you. Nina was popping. Double R was good. RBN. TJ was good. 777 was popping. Joel was good. Damn, Joel, I meant to send you the link. You might be perfect for this fucking topic. Let me know if you want the link, Playboy. Alex, what you doing next to me?
Don't do that.
That board is not gonna rub off on me. God Almighty, man.
Put him in the fuck.
Love was good.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Back for another one.
Savage, Mr. JTK was popping. Damn, you all right? You good from yesterday?
We put in that work yesterday. We put in work. You hear me?
You think y'all took the dub?
When we were allowed to talk, because the niggas was scared that we said something that they would be embarrassed, so they kept on trying to cut us off. But we did what we needed to do. Their decorum was trash.
You think y'all took the dub?
Yes. Yes, straight from off the break. Our decorum was everything.
Stop the cap.
We had them running. That's why they kept on trying to cut us off. We had them running.
Did y'all have a debrief with Nay?
No, I got her in a group chat though. We're gonna have a talk with Nay. Nay, yo, I love Nay. It was that red wine and that medication mixed together that messed her up. That's all. I love Nay though.
That's crazy. That was nuts.
Damn, man. Hey, Love, they calling Cat, man.
Oh, listen, I miss y'all too.
Yo.
It's already. It's already.
Look at Nate. Even Nate know. Nate
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here. Come on.
Damn, man. Chief, what's popping?
What's happening, my guy? My people, what's going on? Shameless plug. Today's day one of the voting for my album submission for the Grammy. So y'all go ahead and download that joint. You know what I'm saying? All them streams help.
How you vote?
Word.
How you voting on that?
You don't get the vote, but the streams help the, you know what I mean? The streams help. You got to be a Recording Academy member.
I see. Drop the link in the back chat so I can drop it in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Cause I sent the man, he was going through some shit. Like I couldn't get in touch with boy. So I just sent it to him. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, I needed something different. So you know what I mean? I don't even know if I told you that. This was like a month and a half ago.
Nah, appreciate you. You definitely didn't tell me.
Yeah, I just like listen to this, nigga. Stop listening to Dirk. Like get something different. Mr. White was popping.
Yo, what's good, man? How everybody doing today?
We doing all right. You started working out?
Nah.
Bruh. They sent you hints. I don't even know if there was hints. Did you gonna take heed or what?
Man, listen, y'all. I'm married, man, with kids, y'all. I'm good. My dad buys straight for this season. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right.
You gotta keep it fresh. You gotta keep it tight and right. That's all.
Yo, man. Yeah, Chief got an album. You dropped it? Hold on, let me see. You ain't drop it.
No, I'm getting it right now.
All right, Mr. White. Let me put you. Matter of fact, let me put him. I'm gonna look at him all night.
Let them know it's a spoken word album. They probably think I'm out here rapping or singing.
You think you rapping? Nah, it's a spoken word. Yeah. Q was good.
Everything and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Trying something new tonight with this laptop and shit. So my camera quality looking a little like Alex's. No shade to you, Alex, but you know,
it's a bunch of shade in there.
I love it. It's all love though. Only him could pop shit, right? But for real, make sure y'all get in on this book signing, right? This happening this Saturday. So if you're local, NCT, make sure that y'all follow her for more information at Missionary Nicole on Instagram.
No doubt.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
What happened?
Where is it?
It's gonna be at the Free Center in Middletown.
You sure? You gonna have mad niggas at the Free Center and y'all gonna be at the library?
Nah.
Bruh.
She out here working, so you know it's a couple little locations, couple little things happening. So I had to think of that one real quick. But yeah, this one is gonna be at the Free Center.
All right, cool. Alex.
Hi, Hamp.
What's up? You all right?
I'm good.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Stop starting with me as soon as you get up this motherfucker.
What you mean?
Cause man, you just do shit. You know it get on my nerves. You yawn.
Sorry.
You hungry. All types of shit, man. Every time you get hungry, I get irritated.
I apologize. I need my energy.
No doubt. Corn was good. Welcome back. You all right? Everything's everything. Yo, man, you gotta warn niggas when because niggas don't know if you had a photo shoot or if you that's what you wear to the beach. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, he a model. He don't wear what you had, a G-string? What was it you had? What they call it? Speedo.
No, this is Speedo. Yeah.
Where's the Speedo picture at again? Drop that link real quick.
Drop it here.
Nah, I don't have it. I was scrolling. Somebody hit me like, yo, this your man? I'm like, that nigga's a model or some shit. I'm sweating. I'm like, damn.
Real quick and look for this Speedo picture. Hold on.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Let me pause that. But just generally, man, give me a heads up, man. Niggas start hitting me up like, yo, what's up with Corn? I'm like, that's his job, bro.
Get your mans.
Oh man, yo.
Inquiring for it. That's why.
I should have prefaced that comment. Now niggas think 777 say he out already. Not even get started. Damn, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Right. So I hear this shit thrown around left, right, and center. Pause. So we got to get to the bottom of it because it seemed like sometimes when you agree with the ladies, even a little bit, you get hit with the simp card ASAP. So let's explore this shit a little bit more because you know what I mean? I don't know. Night Ish was popping. How you? Everything's everything. Damn. All right. So let's start. Alex taught me this. I think Love sent me this too. What are the characteristics of a simp? It's important to define, right, Alex?
That's correct.
So wow.
So go ahead, Chief. You want to start?
No. While we were you doing a little intro joint, I looked it up, and there's a bunch of different definitions. So there's 4 parts here. The basic, I don't know, I guess the Webster definition is a silly or a foolish person, right? And then when you go to the urban dictionary, someone who does way too much for someone they like, a man who puts the hoes before the bros, a guy that is overly desperate for women, especially if she has expressed her disinterest in him which continues to obsess over her.
Damn, that's the third. Wait, that was the second one or the third one?
That was third. So it was 4.
3. Read the last two again.
It was a man who puts the hoes before the bros, and a guy that is overly desperate for women, especially if she's expressed her disinterest in him, which continues to obsess over her.
So he continues to pursue regardless of rejection.
I'm not into you, yeah, and he's still thirsting after it.
Like something about Mary or like stalker type shit.
I don't think it's at quite stalker level yet, because then you just become a stalker and less simp. You know what I'm saying? You become the crazy dude.
But is it the dude that be Big Bad Bull was popping, bro? My sound effect wasn't working for a second, so you know what I mean. I want to make sure I showed the love today. So, damn. Okay, so not stalker, but is he the nigga that like he just hang around? He stay in the friend zone, hoping for an opportunity type shit.
I think if he out here tricking her or something like that, that puts him in that zone right there. But if he just chilling in the friend zone waiting for an opportunity, then he chilling. I think you start. Go ahead, Q.
I think it's like the best image is every 90s sitcom guy who had a crush on the main girl. That's the simp.
Urkel.
So we think about like Urkel, like it almost any, right? Like any 90s sitcom.
That nigga, the nigga that got killed, he dead, right? From Moesha.
Right.
I forget his name. Yeah, God bless the dead. Him, right? Him especially, I feel like.
Yeah, when they're getting those clear signs of rejection, but they're still just like, yeah, but she want me though. You know,
Urkel was definitely simping.
Yeah.
Was Cole a simp?
Nah.
For Pam? Pam, yeah.
Nah, because he argued with Pam and shit.
She played the shit out of him.
But Cole would try to go get it, and he still had Big Shirley, so Cole don't count. But like the nigga in real life, right? Because that's a good example, Q. Like, yo, where you at? Yo, I'm about to go hang a TV at Stephanie house. Like that nigga. He always over at a girl house who he in the friend zone with, fixing shit, doing shit. I'm like, yo, sit your simp ass down, man. Am I off?
No,
I think so. I think you're off with that one.
Little to no backbone.
Little to no backbone.
Yeah, when it comes to a woman, like even if it's like to the point of like she may have dogged you out, but oh yeah, like you said, I'm gonna come hang up this TV.
Nina, do me a favor. Can you type this shit in the chat as we go a little bit? I know you can't catch everything, but the nigga hanging TVs for free is a fucking simp.
So wait, my homeboy comes over and hangs my TV up. He's a simp.
Did he do it for free?
Yeah, my homeboy.
Yes, of course.
Nah.
Really?
Who wouldn't say that?
So wait, you saying like me?
Ham, you come over hang my TV up. Are you a simp? No.
But I don't. I'm married and all that. Plus, I used to be a whoremonger, so it don't really apply.
So Corn come wait. So if Corn come hanging my TV up, is he a simp?
Yeah, because you and Corn ain't friends.
We friendly. We know each other. We met each other.
Not enough for him to struggle with that TV. He barely know how to hang. He ain't.
I can't agree with that, yo.
Well,
why not?
That's something else.
Okay, so let's because that's a good thing. If Corn is hanging up, loves TV, and he has the intention of kicking it with her, and they end up kicking it, then I don't think that makes him a simp. Now, if he go over there hanging up the TV and then coming and washing dishes and cutting the grass and just going above and beyond, then it starts to look a little silly. But he can't. I mean, the brother got to be able to do a kind gesture before you start labeling him a simp,
bro. Because this man, this the simp mind, man. He has an agenda. He's failed before, so now he's friend zoned. So now he's doing anything to get around her, like doing shit he don't know how to do. He on YouTube University trying to hang this fucking TV to try to impress her and get in her good graces. Come on,
but
they over here wilding.
I think that's showing interest in building up, your credibility and your. I think that's a good thing. You're showing interest, building up your credibility. and whatnot for your interest. I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Listen.
But if you've been friends, if she friend zoned him, that's the message.
No,
Yeah, he didn't put that disclaimer out though. Hamp just said hanging the TV. Did she curve him already, or he?
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody got
we don't know that.
Painted that picture already. Like
Oh,
when
she
he
curved
first
him.
said it.
So she curved him already, and he.
Yeah, he's friend zoned, but then he still want to go over
friend
Stephanie's
zoned.
house and hang the TV.
Yeah. See, now y'all thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see it.
he doing
See,
it.
here's the
I missed
thing.
that part.
Person.
Now, hey, hold on, Mr. White. You all sleepy and shit. Let me get that love real quick. Yo, love, here's the thing. You be doing this to niggas. That's why you trying to make them not simps. I see it in your eyes.
That's not true. No.
Not the cap.
No,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
not true. Absolutely not true.
Because you thinking about
actually-
Dwayne that just hung that TV, knowing he wants some pussy and you ain't give it to him. Yeah.
Well, I don't know Dwayne like that to give him some puss. Now we hanging around and we hanging out and we going to each other's houses and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to know each other. Because
Mr. White, go
my
ahead.
mind can be changed from Dwayne. I might sit there and say no originally to Dwayne for whatever reason. But if we're still hanging out, enjoying each other's company, and we fall into that and it just happens, what's wrong with that?
And
I'm not a mean person, so I don't.
You taking services for free though.
Yeah, if he do like 1 or 2 favors for you over the span of let's say 2 years or longer, and he just from from around the way, that's one thing. But more than one favor, and like as an adult, ain't no nigga and no woman being friends without somebody trying to fuck. So you already know what.
Let's do a different example.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
All right, let's do a different. I can't use corn. Honestly, I can't use him as an example because corn is fine. Let's use a different guy. Let's use. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny at all. But B is younger than me. He's not my type. Let's use B for example.
Okay.
If I knew that B liked me, and okay, never mind. I ain't got to go through with it.
Man,
Yeah, you're right. He would be something.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
All right,
Mr. White, let me get these few super chats and you can go because she trying to make it. She a simp abuser. That's what we just revealed. Savage recovery with the $5. Mr. White, negatives are positives. He burns calories with cheeseburgers.
I could fight though.
Oh my God, you can't. He Savage with the $2. Friend zone guys, yeah, that's definitely a facet. 11 Drogbino with the $5. What's popping from the last live show? Imagine if a man says that Dana is promoting violence after she said she will shoot them if they throw a brick at her face. I don't understand. Break that down for me a little bit more. Savage with the $5. Simping is when you put women ahead of yourself and worry about her needs when you're not getting anything out of it. Real shit, Savage. I like it. Savage with the $5 again. I would be a simp if Dana asked me to help with her TV or buy something for her after she called me a female dog. You would. Mike Brown with the $5. Mike, what's popping? Simp equals first person you call that never had sex or intention to have sex that's unrelated to you. Yup. That nigga that you call to bring you to the airport, hang the TV. He doing shit that nobody want to do, but he'll come do it. He'll be sick as a dog and still get up and come pick you up. Go ahead, Mr. White. What were you saying? What, Alex?
I was just gonna ask, do you think you can be a simp in a relationship though?
Yeah, but hold on. Can we finish?
Okay.
Good question, Alex. But we'll wait on
that.
Oh,
nah. We can go to Alex's question because old boy Savage already was saying what I was gonna say anyway. So we can go to Alex's question.
Which was what? Just to confirm.
Oh, that like he had posted how if you were simp with the dog thing, right? Like, so once she insults you or putting a woman before yourself, like it's a wrap. The niggas who like go too hard. So everybody already was hitting on it.
Okay. Alex, what you have?
I was saying though, do you think you can be a simp in a relationship?
Yeah.
So what does that look like? Because he's gotten the girl essentially, right? Like
happy wife, happy life. That nigga.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't even. Okay, have y'all ever seen the movie Poetic Justice?
Yes.
And you know Chicago, like when he was with Regina. I would have called him because he was disrespectful. She was all these things until the end when they had the climax and they fought. But I would have called him a simp. And she knew what she was doing, but they were in a relationship. That was her boyfriend, or he thought that was his girlfriend. but he knew no end. He was buying her things. He was doing all this for her, and she was just disrespectful.
Yeah.
He's
I think
simp.
a trick is a simp. Yeah. So with that, in that regard, a trick is a simp. If you tricking, you a simp. Yeah.
A trick, like you saying, like you pay 40 and you get the buns.
If you no, let's go further explore that. You tricking, like she's sitting there saying, I need this, but I need that. Pay my bills, do this, do that. You know, I may throw you, booty every now and again when I feel like it. And I play you to the left. I only talk to you when I feel like talking to you. I know you like me. I'm gonna let you buy me all this stuff. But
that's not the same though.
That can be a simp though. That's
But
he's Q.
Go ahead.
That's more transactional. That's almost like anybody that you date, right?
No, I'm going further than that. She buys her expensive things, luxury items. Mm-hmm. She only wants him around when he's taking her places, paying for her food, taking her and wining and dining her. She may or may not give him butt. And if she does, it's only on her terms. That's
right. Ain't that dating?
Trick. No, that is not. That's horrible. No, that's horrible. That's usury. That's usury.
See what happened with Q. What happened was the example changed because just now Love said he may or may not give her buns. Initially, she said he gets buns sometimes.
Whenever she feels like it.
So if he got bread, what's $1,000? So he might buy a little something that the cheeks might be right. It's worth it to him. It's a transaction.
Right.
See, and a little bit though. Go ahead, Chief.
And if he's getting the occasional cheeks or occasional time with you and he's cool with that, then he probably got something else he's tricking on too. So he can't be simping at that point because he got a gang of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Or not. He doesn't. He's literally hanging his hat on her.
Is it a clear and cut thing where you've expressed to him like you only around for this? Or you just call him when you want to because he could just be chilling. Oh, she hit me up. I bet I'm with it. I want to see her. I'll trick on her. But if you told him like, nah, we ain't never gonna be, but you can still buy me stuff, then he's simping.
So y'all trying to tell me that y'all don't know men or heard of these men, right? They like this girl. She's a 10. He's a 3 or 4. He got money. He spends money on her, and he knows she only wants him because he spends thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on her. No matter what she wants, he gives it to her. He's always there. And when she don't play being bothered, like, nigga, leave me alone.
Nah, the only time he is simp in that situation is if she only let him eat the box.
Yeah,
them dudes is crazy.
If he putting dick in her, that's way more sacred. That's her whole being than a couple G's. If he got it too. So nah, she giving up way more than him. Way more than him.
But if she get all that,
I'm trying to think of a movie where I've seen this so I can give y'all a picture because y'all know these little wimpy dudes, and y'all think just because he's getting the box every so often, when she feel like being bothered by him and treats him like trash, that's still good. That's transactional. That's
so what it is because if she doing all that and mistreating him, and then she like, yeah, just eat it. That's a simp. Like, nigga, you show up for that. Yeah, that's different. That's crazy. If he fucking her, that's transactional.
Yeah.
And most men prefer it that way, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with having a woman who you take out, you sleep with her once in a while, you just like being out with her, and you literally don't want nothing more than that.
Are y'all missing what I said? She's abusing him and talking down to him. Did y'all miss that part?
But he put his dick inside of her.
I said that.
He's putting his penis in her vagina.
That don't mean Asia, you asked for an example, and I like my trash TV, Love After Lockup. It's full of that. They go ahead and they spend all these money on these women and thinking that, oh my gosh, when you come out, we're going to be in this relationship. They get out, and the woman, like, she may give him some, like, here, shut up, I'll give you some pussy occasionally, or sometimes they don't. But the man will have spent all this money. I love her, so I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. That is some simp shit.
All right. Well, yeah, I agree there. But you see, Asia, Love, you preface yours with trick. See, that's transaction by nature.
Tricking to me. I'm calling the dude trick. I'm calling the dude the trick.
I know, and that's what we're saying. Okay. He tricking. He spend his money. He get some pussy.
Me and Alfie said the same exact thing, but okay.
No, fine. She said the Love After Lockup nigga is trying to be in love. Remember what Chief says? He probably got another girl he tricking on, and then Ace said that's what he want. He's chill with her. He hit it and he leave. The other nigga's in love. what Alex said. You heard that?
Okay.
I know.
It's pretty nuanced. There's a thin line. It's pretty nuanced. That's fine.
You're already 0-1 this week. Mac with the $5.
Sir, never.
Mac, what's popping? Simping when a man in the friend zone and he keeps doing things constantly to try and get promoted to boyfriend or at least friends with benefits. I think that's probably the cleanest. Savage with the $5. Mr. White, I was talking about the live we were on with our negatives. Much love.
Yeah, I can't fight Savage for real.
No,
I'm washed.
Drabino with the $5. Just saying that it is okay for a woman to defend herself against men, but it's not okay for men to defend himself against women that is promoting violence. Yeah, Drabino, I just think you talking about yesterday, obviously. So yeah, so I'll save this one and this one. All right. So let me see what Nina got in the chat. Somebody help me out. What she put? She done quit her job that quick. Simps are very cuffable. Simps sound like someone with a husband quality. She in the chat participating. She ain't writing nothing.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come.
Thanks for nothing, Nina. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So, Alex, you said a married man cannot be a simp. You don't think?
No. Did I say that? I was saying I wasn't talking about a married man in that situation, but I think a married man can be a simp if a woman marries him for his money, like a gold digger.
What about this guy?
Oh wow.
I think it's cheaper to keep her.
As time went on, there were different stages in my marriage where Will and I decided we were not together. Where we didn't tell the public, right? Where I was actually thinking about divorcing, separating. I mean, there have been several of those, right? And where we've gone and lived our separate lives. So I think within that is where people might have thought that, oh, they must be having an open relationship. And we just didn't want people to know the dynamic of what was happening between us. We didn't think that that was anybody else's business. And so I think that that's where sometimes that confusion came in.
Will Smith, is he the ultimate simp?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I think he's just defending his wife, and that he's trying to be there for. They're trying to work it out. Like I said, it's hard being out there and being a celebrity and eyes on you, eyes on your relationship. And I don't know if you saw a little clip. I saw her talking about too. Chris Rock tried to holler at her or something when he thought they got divorced. Did you hear that part?
No.
Okay, yeah. That's what she said anyway. I saw something on Shade Room that that Chris Rock, he thought they was getting divorced, and so he tried to slide in there so can't take her out sometime. So I don't know if that was part of why he got slapped too. I don't know, but
so what about the what's that thing she was in with August? What's the word she used?
Entanglement with August Alsina with the little boy. Yeah.
What about the entanglement, Corn?
What about the entanglement?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like what, like with
another nigga fucking his wife in his house.
But that's a no-go for me. But I mean, like I said, I don't know what these celebrities out here doing. Like I said, they said they've been living separate for like 7 years now. That's what I think I saw some clip about. So I guess she had to do her thing. He had to I'm sure he was doing this thing too. So that may be a little different situation there.
What's different? Because when he slapped Chris Rock, he said, "Don't talk about my wife."
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, that's still his mother's child, mother of his kids.
He didn't. I know, Corn, but he didn't yell that out. He just said, "Don't talk to my baby moms like that." He said, "Don't talk to my wife like that."
I got that part. That's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm saying at the end of the day, they still got this front, right? They're still sitting beside each other. They got this united front. You're gonna keep that united front, And at the same time, she's still the mother of his children. So he's still gonna defend her regardless. Honestly, I mean, he shouldn't have did it, obviously, too. But at the same time, I don't from defending his wife as well. So
this woman played in his face. She played in his face, talking about Tupac, fantasizing, crying over him, writing him love letters, had the sex with her son's friend, and said how great it was. I mean, she stays embarrassing him. He's very rarely said anything. I hear feedback. You might hear that. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
He very rarely says anything. She's the one that's always talking. So even if and why is she allowed to release the narrative all the time and he's not? I think that's what's making him go towards the simp side, because it's like it's her always talking, her always releasing the narrative and embarrassing him. I'm gonna stop talking this feedback real bad.
No, go ahead.
Point though. I mean, that's the point. I think he's the ultimate simp. Like, he's leaning towards the simp side because of she stays embarrassing him. Writing Tupac letters to Tupac, that's the love of her life. When you're not supposedly still married. No.
Yeah, I don't follow what you say with that, because like I said, and that's probably the toxicity in their situation, right? But at the same time, he probably looking at financial thing. I mean, you got to look at it from the other side of it too. If he divorced her, she get half his stuff, right? I don't know what they prenup situation, financial situation is, but
he can divorce her because infidelity, that is on his side. Even if he wanted to divorce her, if he really wanted to, that's on his side because she talks too much.
I know, but still, she still can get money out of him. He pays the bills. He paid. When the last time you seen Jada Pinkett in something? Like,
but you do understand, she has her own wealth, the propensity to make more money, and she cheated. Infidelity, depending upon the state they were married in, and when they divorced, the infidelity will do null and void with her getting a whole bunch of his fortune.
That we know of, right?
Well, I'm saying it depends on the state. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's ways around it.
Yeah, he might have did something too. We just don't know about it too. So that's another side of it.
She talks too much. Exactly.
She talks too much. She got on red table talk, whatever. She got to talk.
No, she's not about them. She can talk about everybody else's business but her own. She played herself. She played herself. She talked too much.
That'd be hypocritical. You can't talk about everybody else's stuff. You can't talk about what you got going on. So,
and
look, I don't judge celebrities, people's stuff like I used to.
Corn.
What's that?
Stop trying to save her.
I'm not saving her.
Wow.
I'm not saving her. I'm more so thinking about Will more so than her, honestly, in that situation.
Yeah, but you got to be able to call a spade a spade. Like, Corn.
What I didn't say.
Corn.
What do you hear me say?
I'm gonna ask you now.
Okay.
Question is scrolling.
All right.
Is Will Smith the ultimate simp?
And I say no.
Corn.
Yes, ma'am.
Really? I mean, if you want to take the word ultimate out, we could do that, but like, meet a nigga halfway.
Nah.
Like, come on.
Nah. I don't look at it like that at all.
Corn.
You bugging, bro.
Why
how you don't see that?
Am I the only one?
What was the line? Whitney Houston, I ain't seen crackhead, but she real crack-ish. Like, put yourself in Will Smith's shoes, Corn.
I actually have.
Does that okay? And you?
I'm gonna get back to you.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna get back to you.
Oh, go ahead, Q.
Real Bravado Network with the $5. We appreciate you. He said, "Hell just froze over. I completely agree with Love on Will."
Wow.
Damn. Go ahead, Q.
This one from Miss Shanae in Fulton with the $5. What the fuck kind of marriage? Question mark. Jada said, "Okay, August, it's go time. Me and Will on a break."
Right. That's what I see with that going.
We got Real Bravado Network coming back with another $2. Hey, yo, what the fuck, Corn?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Hold on, Corn. Keep going.
Savage Red with the $2. Not in Cali.
Yeah, that prenup.
We got old Mac with the $5. Will is a hostage for years. She let him know that if he files for divorce, she will take 50% plus. He is deeply worried that she will destroy his name.
God.
Now that part, I mean the 50 plus part for sure.
She already dragging his name through the mud though.
Nah, I think
Savage,
in that closet.
Savage Red Recovery coming back with another $2. Will Smith.
Yeah, facts. Damn. So, Corn is Corn wilding, y'all think?
No, I'm with
definitely wilding.
What you say, Alex?
I'm with Corn. I just
come on now.
Corn, do you see who's on your side?
Don't do that.
This is the
Don't
fucking.
do that. Don't do
This is
that.
the tiptoe champion of the world.
No, I'm with Corn on that because I feel like they both probably have done their dirt equally. At this point, I do agree that Jada's talking too much, but I feel like Will has to be keeping quiet because he probably knows because Jada is a talker. Shit ever really pops off, she's laying all of his shit out. And he has more to lose than Jada does. Jada is not getting booked. No one is checking for her. Red Table Talk is done and it's over with. It had its moment, had its time. But I feel like if shit really hit the fan, Jada is going to tell it all. So we'll have to be circumspect.
All right. So you saying what she gonna? Cause she gonna let us know if he gay or not? Like those type of rumors and shit. You think that's what he?
Anything. Will is very.
Or is it about his money?
I don't even think about his money, but he has spoken about being very prideful. Like it would be a devastation to him if he ever went ahead and divorced. He said that he spoke about with the slap. He felt like people were being disrespectful and he didn't want to ever come off like he's not protecting his family. So I feel like if shit ever popped off, Jada is fucking singing and she's telling all of his business. And I don't think Will can mentally handle that shit. Like I don't think he could.
But wouldn't that make him even more of a simp?
Yeah.
No.
Chief, read the first definition of a simp. Read the first one. You got it still?
A silly or foolish person.
You shitting me.
Well, if we going just by that.
You finished.
But I mean,
nah, come on now. Come on now.
Are you saying? Oh wait, go ahead. My bad, Q.
Y'all forget this man. Y'all remember the one story where he went like out of his way to get her family and friends together and threw her this big ass party, and how she reacted like she was fucking pissed. Then she claimed like, I didn't like the fact that it was so big, or it was some bullshit. She's been dogging him out publicly for a long time.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna go slap Chris Rock for that? Like, that's a look back.
If we go by definition, yes, he is.
But listen, his initial reaction was he laughed. So just keep that energy. Just laugh. Like that's her moment. That's her look back publicly. So that's some simp shit.
So if we're going by definition, yes, he is a simp. But I feel like Will doesn't say certain things. Let me just press that. I feel like he doesn't say certain things, and he's shutting up and he's staying in there because he has more to lose than Jada does.
Wait, why did you say by definition he's a simp?
By the first definition that Chief gave.
What, silly person?
Foolish.
Why is it fool? I still don't see what the foolishness is at.
Now, for me, what you're not going to do is embarrass me and tell all my business.
Okay, you are correct about that. I do get that point, but at the same time,
listen to the list. Listen to the list.
She's a relationship person. She's like having relationships on her panel.
Listen to the list, though, Corn.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassed them publicly, shitted on him about the party, sharing his business. Hold on, I'm not done. Made him a cuck.
A what?
Yeah.
A cuckold.
Yeah. Had another dude in his house. And then on top of that, let the world know that she loved Tupac was the love of her life and not him. I mean, come on, man. What are you sticking up for?
Okay, I mean, I get the Tupac part. I'm not taking up. I'm not taking up.
Now, I'll change my mind now. Come on now.
No, I get it on the Tupac part in the sense of putting it out there. I mean, obviously she. Tupac not here. So what does that even matter if she said he's the love of her life or not, though?
Because she was crying over him and had Will Smith's kids crying for their mom because she's so sad because she misses. So you understand what's happening?
That's
you
crazy.
got some other man got your mom crying. That's not your dad because she loves and misses him so much. There is no excuse for that. What?
Yeah.
You think that?
Yeah, bring Corn to the front, please.
So this is the thing, right?
Hey, man.
But she knew. Listen, what I'm saying. Hear me out.
Somebody knocked the rings out. Somebody knocked the rings out this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. She knew him before she met Will, right? So obviously there's a lot of history there.
Okay.
So I don't understand why we are saying she shouldn't have been crying. This can be the love, whatever, because there's a lot more history there than it is with Will at that point and time. But it's not to say that Will hasn't replaced that now, though.
Now, Corn.
She did it a couple years ago, yo.
It was like yesterday.
Yeah, this was like a couple years ago. They've been married for 20 years. After 20 years is when she's still talking like this? That's okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said,
Corn, come on, Corn. Wow. Like you ain't gonna sit there and let your lady you've been with 20 years sit in your living room crying about her ex-boyfriend. It's not going down like that. You gonna console her because she crying over her ex-man 20 years deep into your relationship?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
Is Corn the ultimate simp on her? Let that be the question.
Yeah, let that. Come on, Corn. Yeah, come on, Corn.
This murdered, right?
No, I get that. We get all that. We feel for the situation and circumstances that happened to Tupac. However, 20 years later, your lady sitting in your living room crying over her ex-man.
I mean, it may not be necessarily crying because
and got your kids crying with her.
The kids who have never met him.
We don't. Do we really know that? I mean, do we really know?
Corn, pay attention to the screen.
If it's a love, or
Corn is like the ultimate defense lawyer. Like,
yeah, he's losing. Everybody going to jail. Corn representing.
Yeah, Corn. Everybody's fucked, bro.
Okay, let me put it like this. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I give people benefit of the doubt, especially people that's out there in the limelight, right? I understand how public scrutiny can weigh on your situation in your relationship. So I'm gonna have more sympathy and more, I'm gonna look at it from a different eye because I was in it. Shoot. So I have to give them the benefit of the doubt to say, hey, we don't know all the facts. We don't know everything that happened. If somebody was murdered, you're gonna cry over that person that was murdered. That was your friend. That's somebody that you love for a long time. I don't understand what's the problem with that part. Mm-hmm. That's not saying you still don't love the person that you with. You just that's the person that was your person for a long time.
And no, because
don't explain it to him again. He's lost. Like, I mean,
y'all trying to make this man a simp, bro.
By way of definition, you got like eight examples, and you're still saying you don't see it. Like as if we gave you one.
Ain't none of them definitions to me. What I've seen, categorize Will Smith as a simp.
Corn, there's like 8 examples, bro. Like you're like I could see the benefit of doubt if it was one thing that she did, but all that and
so you saying Jada doesn't love Will? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's pretty obvious
that she doesn't love Will.
Love is an action.
Do we know everything that they're doing behind closed doors? Though?
We don't need it. We know we know enough.
We know a few little facts.
Let's say she has some love for him. That respect went out the door a long time ago, and he's still out here slapping niggas for her. You can't tell me that's not simp shit.
I mean, like I said, and I thought of that too. I put it to Will is that mental health is a real thing. Especially black men's mental health is a real thing, especially when you're out there, people coming at you. So a lot of that is not all of Jada's fault with the slaps.
So is simping a mental health issue? God damn.
You don't even it's crazy, bro. This is what weakens the mental health argument. Everything is a mental health issue.
No. Will goes through a lot of. I mean, dude, bro. Once you get out there, bro, that stuff is tough. When you get out there, everybody's on you. Everybody's coming at you about everything. You got your own friends, family, people that's celebrities with you. They coming at you like that stuff is mental. That stuff is tough.
He has control over it though. He has no accountability now. He has no power. simp stuff. That's making him even more of a simp. He just give a ball. People are talking about me. Come on, I can't. I'm not.
done with it.
No, I can't.
Don't. I mean,
Next
Corn,
question.
Yo, if this was Street Fighter, Corn would be fucking M. Bison and fucking Will Smith is Belrog, nigga. Y'all the top two on the fucking Oh my god, man.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
This nigga's wow. I look at Andre. He with the $2. He cheated first. They in Cali even worse. Just stay. I'm telling you, man. Money make motherfuckers do some evil shit, boy. Angry Snowman, what's popping? What's good, Hamp? Salute to you and everyone on the panel. Real shit.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
And why
shit like
Love
that,
always look like she mad and shit? I don't know. She chilling today, but the shit Corn been saying, we all pissed off. Shit. Sinead phone with the love. All right, love. Don't. Just smile. Just smile, man. Man. I hope one of them teeth fall the fuck out, man. Sinead phone with the $5. She publicly embarrassed him many times. He a simp for real. Ain't no box that good to have your man taken like that. Jada wear the pants for sure. Andre with the $2. Jada got the strap on. Will know better. She owned him. Angry Snowman became a member. Shit
like that.
Appreciate you, my G. It happens to the $2. What is a simp? Corn.
Hey, you took the title, Corn. They be flaming me in the chat. I'm glad to pass it to you.
Double R film with the $5. Corn Native American. I've only heard about Sabo
tribe in books.
Hey, Jada picking at Jason's lyrics. She was cold at Jason's lyrics now. Come on.
She was ice cold in Jason's lyrics. 3 kinds
Savage
of
with the $5. Jada dated a Pookie, got killed doing Pookie stuff, didn't have kids with him, but made her husband's kids cry over a Pookie that died 25 years ago.
Wow. He called him Paka Pookie?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I can't get with that. That's wild. I don't think
Is it true?
I never thought he was. I never put him in that category, to be very honest with you. Never have I done that.
You ever heard hit him up?
Does that make him a Pookie?
5 shots couldn't stop me. I took it and smiled. Come on, man.
No, that makes him a 50 Cent a Pookie too. What are you talking about?
He said doing Pookie shit. And Pac was still fighting in the club in Las Vegas. I'm just asking, is it true?
I never looked at him. My answer, I never looked at him as that. I'm with Chief. I'm with Chief. That's wild to call Tupac a Pookie. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think we can't. It's like evil to speak against dead people. I think that's how we see. But if you assessed it, is he? You know. Omac became a member. Shit like that. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute. Indeed. Last one. Sinead with the $5. Jada has love for Will, but not in love with him. There's a difference. She's in love with Pac. She publicly said it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Somebody please let me know where the likes at if you don't mind. Everybody's please like and share. This is an entertaining conversation for sure.
Shit like that.
Corn, I can't believe you took the title from Will Smith. That's.
Well, at least you spell my name right.
I'm from up north, Corn. We got good school.
No, we don't.
Damn, man, I'm thrown off, man. Good God.
I didn't know the whole conversation.
Yeah, and Chief, I didn't plan this. I didn't know he's gonna come up here and say this shit. God,
I'm gonna defend them, man. I understand, man. This stuff is tough out here.
Corn, you got the vision of Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, and every other blind motherfucker out here. Like, come on,
it's tough out here,
boys. All right, let me ask this question. I don't know if let me see. All right, let me ask this question. So the way we paint it out, it doesn't seem like it has a lot of good qualities being a simp. But if we continue to assess it and break it down, is being a simp always negative?
From your perspective, yes. Because when I can't remember who's I think Alex asked a moment ago, if you're in a relationship and doing those same things, hanging up a TV and yada yada yada, you labeled it a simp. So it does have a negative connotation behind it. I disagree, but So my answer is no, but from your perspective, I think you would say yes.
But what about your Chief?
No,
so
I don't think so.
So if you're trying to
being a simp, yes. We got to label it something different if you're in a relationship. So yes, being a simp is negative for sure.
Okay. So it's always negative.
Yes. What do you call it? What do you call those same characteristics within a relationship, though? Just being a good man? Is that what it is?
Nah.
Being a simp. Really though?
Oh, you know what they call it in a relationship? They would call it beta, I think.
Oh, beta male.
Yeah, but the relationship carries a different essence than the I don't want you, but you still doing this stuff. Like the relationship means I want you, you're here, I've decided to be with you. So no, I don't think you can be a simp in a relationship.
So you saying there's another word for it?
No, I would consider being a good man, catering to your woman.
See, Chief, you be wondering why the chat be.
If your wife asks you to hang up a TV, you hanging the TV up.
Huh?
Your wife asks you to go to the store, you're going to the store.
Your
wife asks you to watch the kids, you're watching the kids. Baby, clean the fridge. All right, I'll get to it. Like,
oh, fuck out of here. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
What?
Clean the fridge might have been excessive, but your wife asked you to hang the TV, go to the store, you going.
Wow, man.
No,
I stand with Chief. I stand with Chief on this.
Let me give her an example. If she asks you to go to the store, that's Maggie. If she asks you to go to the store at 2:00 in the morning just to get her a bag of chips and she not pregnant, and you go do it and you don't tell her you can wait till tomorrow, that's some beta shit. Like
shit like that.
Because you in that relationship, but that is definitely some beta shit.
I mean, that's real excessive though, Q. Like, like 2 a.m. Like now you gonna get them chips in the morning. You better chill out. But like, I think that's a bit extreme of an example, but I see where you're going with it.
But that's the type of
shit. There's nothing wrong with serving your wife, y'all. Even getting up at 2 a.m. Now, where the beta piece can come in at is if she's disrespectful or you're going hard just to get her attention or get her to open up to you, right? But you should come from a place of servitude. So regardless of what she asks for, if it's something that she needs, I should do it because it's something that she needs. So I think your motive or reasoning for doing things is what determines it versus what it is that you're actually doing.
I stay on Mr. White.
Don't let him sway your opinion because he too macho to admit he do things for his wife. Get out of here with that.
I didn't say nothing.
You over there, nigga. We hear you.
So she not pregnant. She don't got no medical condition. Mr. White, you getting up at 2:00 in the morning to go get her a bowl of peach cobbler and come back upstairs?
Shit, possibly because she hold down a lot while I rip and run.
I mean, in the house, I walk down a flight of steps for her for sure. No, get me to run to Walgreens to get some Funyuns.
But you guys understand that's sometimes could be the start of being a Will Smith.
No,
like so you gonna do that, and then when she asks you for the bag of chips at 2:00, you're not gonna have that same energy and just go to the car and go.
So y'all, we can't return that, don't you? She can't bust that move for me. She can't bust that move for me. Go downstairs, give me the peach cobbler. I mean, I think something like that it's reciprocal. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but what if when it's not though? What do you call that?
It's that happy wife, happy life shit, man.
Right, you just don't want to hear her fuss. So that's what I'm saying. If it's that, then you gonna be in that Will Smith position very soon. When y'all gonna be the same niggas getting up, warming up the car in the middle of the winter to take a 5-minute drive down the street to go get a bag of chips from Walgreens.
So it goes, but hold on. So it goes back to you just said, okay, are you doing it just to keep her from nagging? That's why I said the reason why you're doing something is what matters, not necessarily what you're doing. So if I get up at 2 in the morning or whatever just to do it because she's nagging me or I don't want to hear her mouth, that's different versus her just saying, babe, like I'm really hungry. Do you mind getting me something? Okay, cool. Let me serve my wife. You see what I'm saying? I'm not doing it to try to get her to do anything or because I want something from her. I'm doing it just because. That's a totally different motive for doing something.
That's
and
a good
what
man
makes the
right
difference.
there.
Because when we talked about a simp, we talked about going hard just to get the draws or just to be able to spend time with her and getting used and going over so you can try to sleep with them. I'm literally doing it and not expecting anything in return. And my wife pregnant as hell. She woke up last week at like 2:30 in the morning because I wanted her to make me some pancakes. And she wobbled right in there and made me pancakes. So how would I not do anything?
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit
Right.
like that.
So again, she's reciprocating. So that takes that out of the equation. So right there, she already paid it forward for you to get up in December and get her a fucking bowl of peach cobbler at 2:00 in the morning.
Thank you, Q. See,
No,
yo, Q,
that has
yo,
nothing
play
to do with it.
Get out of here with that, man.
Yo, y'all better leave Q the fuck. Hey, Q,
she's losing.
Yo, that's Q. See, he trying to paint this picture, but she pregnant as hell. But he made sure she got up at 3 in the morning. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Absolutely, right?
Come on, man.
No, but here's the thing. It's just like Q with the reference Q gave earlier. She said you did it too because you didn't want to hear her nag. It matters about the why you're doing it.
You are doing it because it's also reciprocated.
No,
Nah, bro. Come on, man. If she wasn't willing to do shit like make pancakes and have the kids 99% of the time, you would be. If she said, "Hey, babe, go downstairs and get that peach cobbler," bro, you gonna feel some type of way.
She's not but it's because she's my wife too. Like that's the reason why she's my wife, because of how she moves. You see what I'm saying?
Nigga.
Yeah, so again, to their point, Adrian,
it still doesn't. Hold on, because y'all making me mad. It still doesn't change the fact that it's about the motive and why you are doing something.
This nigga's scared.
This nigga's scared.
You want answers? I want the truth.
Q, keep fucking telling the truth on these niggas, man.
So motive doesn't matter.
When you know you got a solid one, that's when those things happen. Ain't got shit to do with why you
the snowman, like, bro, are you wild? She was pregnant, my nigga.
So to Q, so there's a double-edged sword, because like Q said, when you know you got Adrian, know he got a solid one, so he gonna do what he do because it's solid for him. You know what I'm saying?
Still simping?
No, I don't think so.
So then the motive has to matter.
It's reciprocal. It's transactional.
No.
So I guess, are you saying because it's transactional, you get a pass from the simp label?
She paid it forward already.
Yeah.
3:00 in the morning, pregnant for some fucking pancakes.
Making pancakes
for this nigga.
She did that before.
Wobbling at 3:00 in the morning, make some pancakes out of her bed.
Sister George, I apologize for these niggas talking while you came in. I wish Q was talking so you could hear something sound. My humblest apologies. Anybody else want to say something?
So
put that AW chat back up there, please. The AW chat about you taking kids to work with you and ask to explain it. What was that about? Yes, thank you. What? Hamp will take a baby to work with him. ... Explain, Hamp.
It's 4 kids. I take one. And she got the kids 90% of the time.
Is that to imply that you were simp because you took the baby to work with you? I'm confused.
We just broke it all down already. We abused Adrian in this situation to explain this. So yeah, I take the baby because it's 4 fucking babies and they always here. So she putting in the work. You shit me? And I don't eat out if I don't want to. You heard? So nah. So sis, hold this, sis.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Hey Q, man. Apparently it's just me and you versus the world, I guess, today.
Yeah, but remember, Hamp, per the last episode.
Nah, don't try to get on our side.
No, hold on. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, in us disagreeing with y'all, they labeled us simps because we didn't agree with the masses. But it was more, you know what I'm saying? It was more related to the fellas. When you don't agree with the men, it seems like you pandering the women and you simping.
Yeah. I don't even know if we addressed that yet. We need
Shout out to Mr. White. You and your wife.
Hold on. My last question, and then I'm done. So I feel like we're kind of saying the same thing, though. No, because I'm saying what I'm doing is not simping, and y'all saying you agree because it's reciprocal. So I'm saying it's my motive, right? So whether it's because she did it for me or because she's a good woman, it's not simping. So it would only be simping if I was trying to do it to get something. I'm going above and beyond. I'm getting up late night to get her to like love me more, or that would be simping. So I feel like we're saying the same thing.
How are you not? It's what it sounds like. Y'all giving them a pass because it's transactional, because it's reciprocal.
If that's what he's saying, but that's not what he was saying.
No, that's not.
So you still labeling him a simp for doing what he do for his lady?
No,
you were saying it's the motive, right? It's the reason
Right, so
why
like-
you're doing it.
Right. So I'm doing it
he's
like you
doing
said.
it.
She's a solid person. I'm saying you can still put it. She's a solid person, reciprocal. Even if we want to use those things, my motive in doing it though is because like I just love her and it's to serve her. My intent is not to get anything from her, which I think that's what the simping piece is. They want more attention or more affection, and so they're going above and beyond or trying to be super extra.
No, what we're saying is it has to be because it's reciprocated.
Yes.
You're saying you can pick and choose if that's your motive. We're saying two different things.
Yeah, you were acting like you were doing it selflessly.
You're
I
right.
do it selflessly.
Then that's
Stop the cap.
What was that word again? There's too many listeners.
I don't know what he said.
That's
That nigga
the
almost
third
bit his
time
tongue
you
off.
corrected me, Chief.
Adrian always had more teeth than he's supposed to. So ain't no thing. That nigga will fucking SH up in a heartbeat, man. Alex, what your capping, backpedaling, tiptoeing ass talking about down there,
Don't
Alex?
do that. Wife, okay.
So we do look at simp as being a pushover, right?
Sure, Corn, whatever you want it to be.
What? We look at simp as being a pushover, that somebody that doesn't speak up for themselves, correct?
No backbone, yep.
No backbone, right? I don't. Yeah, I feel like that is a simp for sure. But I don't feel like the other example we were talking about that is him. But yeah, I do feel like that pushover part. Yes, that is a simp.
Corn, if you had a wife that you separated from and she was fucking other niggas in the house that you bought and lived in and paid for together, are you a fucking pushover?
What am I? What if I'm doing it too though?
Are you a pushover, bro?
Answer the question, Corn.
If I'm doing it too, then we both doing stuff. I don't get it.
Answer the question. He didn't say if you was doing it too. He gave you the example. Your wife is wilding in your crib.
Okay, yeah, that, yeah. But if I'm doing it too, we gotta throw that part in too. You can't just say one thing and not the other.
Oh God. Can I move forward? Let me. Yo, love, get your mans, yo.
Get your mans.
He's a wild boy, man.
He ain't gonna have me back now.
No. Savage with the $2. Tupac song I Get Around. Real Bravado with the $2. Chief said essences.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, but
think in my head. Omac with the $2. Happy wife, happy life is a lie. Amen, Omac. Savage with the $5. If I haven't busted a nut in 4 days, you need to get those chips yourself.
2 a.m. Go get them. Take
Shit
your
like
ass
that.
on that
Shit
flight.
like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Today with the $2. So I can't get that pie from Mickey D's after the show, Q?
Nope.
You take her ass to McDonald's. Stop
Good
playing.
question, Miss Nate.
You
Good
take her ass
question.
to McDonald's. Stop
You know
playing.
she's going to McDonald's. You know, no, Q calling Cap. I'm calling
Q just,
Cap.
you know what? Q just gonna be like, babe, come on, take a ride with me. She gonna try,
Right.
she gonna try to smooth it out like that. Take a ride with me.
Because
Getting your ass in that car. Go to
Y'all
McDonald's.
must don't watch our content. Look, ask her how long it took her to get them goddamn clam strips.
She's still waiting on them.
She got them, but she didn't get them that day.
Hank with the $2. What's good, Hank? What's popping, Hank? Mike Brown with the $2. Is sexless marriage simping?
Depending on the circumstances.
Yeah, I think the reasoning matters. Go ahead, my bad, Chief. Good answer.
No, same thing. About the same thing you're saying. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that the depending on the circumstance, the reasoning, obviously, the reason for you not having sex matters.
Yeah. Double R Film with the $5. What do we call a woman that'll give up the vagina, let men drive their car all day, pay for men to eat, give men spending money, but don't benefit?
We don't call her nothing. We call him a loser.
That's a different question we were going to address it later. But.
Okay. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Corn's views are Corn's views only. with a little bit of Alex and Mr. White.
I'm with you, Corn, yo.
Keep it real, Corn gotta be a Q plant. This brother is.
What is a Q?
Because usually Q be wilding, but y'all are fucking nuts, man. Jesus Christ, this shit is crazy.
We here to have difference of opinions, though, right?
Yeah, but you trying too hard, nigga. If you
that's how I feel. I'm not even playing.
All right, I want to ask. All right, people been inquiring. Shanae said it. Rasheen, they want to understand if it's on the flip side. So, is being a simp only for men? Does it translate across genders? So when Love sent me this question, I the first thing that popped in my head was a pick me. You heard that term?
Yeah.
Love, you want to expound on this? Go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a simp does go both ways. It translates across genders because I think Double R said it. And that was my point into this question. A woman that will do anything for this man, knowing he doesn't want her. Corn, can you go on mute real quick, please? Thank you. A woman that, knows this man doesn't want her or is married or has a relationship and you just a side piece, but just the fact that you have and you're happy with it and you cook for him, get up, he say, I'm coming over for a booty call. You get up, make the house all nice, burning candles, cooking and making him drinks. You're a simp. He's driving your car every day. Ain't putting gas in it. You're a simp. So yes, simping definitely goes both ways. Women are simps at times.
So Double R was what his like how he defined
exactly.
it.
Yep.
Anybody else? What y'all think?
A woman can't be a simp, y'all. Go all out for that man. You know what I'm saying? Serve him. Make sure he's doing good. That's what you're supposed to do anyway, regardless if he wants you or not, yo.
That is so disingenuous. That is so disingenuous, Mr. White. Cut it out. Because I just sat there and said if that man don't want you.
Do you know how many women Mr. White made simps out of?
Yeah, they were Diddy's angels. Yes, Diddy's angels. Yes.
Stand on it now.
Don't make me do it, nigga.
Is it a difference between sugar mamas and simps from the female perspective? Because like the example they gave, like the lady taking a car, buying them this, buying them that. I don't know.
No, because remember when I gave my example about tricking, because basically sugar mama's tricking. No, sugar mama's not tricking because again, it's transactional. She's getting her puss beat up by a younger man, and she's paying for his pleasures to do that to her. So no, just like it wasn't before the men, it's not for the woman either. Sugar mama's not a simp.
Yeah, no. First off, I heard you. It ain't what's good for the goose was now. Men and women ain't the same. So you can throw that bullshit right out your head. You on your corn shit talking like that.
No, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying what I'm saying.
Let
and
Alex
it
talk.
is. What? Wait, it's true. I said what I said.
Alex
10 toes down.
She said what she said. I agree with Agent.
Bruh.
I think it does go for men and women. I don't know. Oh,
put her in the back.
I don't know if I would necessarily use the term simp, but we see that like there's women who will allow themselves to look like a fool on behalf of a man. He will straight up tell you, I don't want this, I don't want that, but you're still over there giving him pussy on demand. If he asks you for money, he don't even have to ask you. You're over here just volunteering and giving it. You allow yourself to look stupid. He's letting you know what it is. You are letting him drive your car. Yes. So it does translate across gender.
Now, is a pick me the same thing?
I didn't think a pick me was a simp. I thought a pick me was something else.
Pick me is like women. Like, let's use a tangible example. You know, Gway. You watch Tuesday show?
Yeah.
So Gway may be considered a pick me to women.
Yes.
Because oftentimes she agrees with the men. She says the things that men agree with. And so I could see people defining her as a pick-me. And that helps the chat too, since they know way obviously from Saturday, from Tuesday. Is that a simp or is it pick-me a pick-me?
I think a pick-me is a pick-me. And I don't know her personally, but when I do see it, she does give pick-me vibes. It's just like, do you really believe that? Or are you just saying that because you want the men on your side?
I agree with Alton. I think she's not.
I got a quick question based off of that. So is a pick-me somebody who believes it, or they just say it to get the men on their side? Because I think she believes it.
I don't think she believes it.
My opinion changed when I found out that she was in that relationship for all those years. Like, you had all those answers about relationship this and you should do this, and your credibility went out the window. And she said that she was in that relationship all that time, and he ain't putting a ring on it. Like, no man.
And now she's so wise, and all the men love her, and she's a real woman, and this, and that. When it doesn't make sense what they're saying, because it totally goes against the wellness and the well-being of women. But she says it, and that's considered the pick-me, because it's like what the men are saying. What the men are saying is crazy. It's real wild, and her to agree with it unabashedly is considered looks like a pick-me in that regard, because you're saying all the right things that a man wants to hear. They cape for her. She's a real woman. She's this, she's that. And it seems disingenuous because you're with this man for 13 years and you're so wise, know what so many men want. You're the ideal woman for men, but yet and still this man didn't wife you. And while you were in it, you didn't even say anything to him, and you wanted to marry him. Didn't say anything to him about marriage. So I'm just saying, I'm giving an example because he doesn't know her. Mr. White doesn't know her. So that's why he was saying that they're really equal.
I watched one of the shows with her up there.
Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right.
Yeah. You say you about to destroy your hemp or
no, because it's going, but the point, I think pick-me's, to your point, Mr. White, the ones that believe what it is that they're saying and really agree with the men, I think the majority of them are getting married. Now, I also think women will fake it till they make it.
Right. That's why it's disingenuous and it's not sustainable. That's the problem.
Oh no. So pick a woman who believes it because it aligns with men is gonna be married and stay married. If they just faking it till they make it, that's a different ballgame.
But majority of pick-me's are disingenuous. That's why they're called pick-me's and not just real good women. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have that moniker pick-me. You're a pick-me because it's disingenuous.
So so the logic is they're doing it just to get picked, not because they really
exactly.
Feel.
So, right. But why? So why do you assume that about her? Right? Just because.
Let's take it off for her.
Hold on. I didn't finish.
Don't take it off for her though.
I didn't finish. But I know. But I'm saying just in general, right?
You know what, Mr. White, Love already put her in the bathroom. So
I didn't mean to. I was.
Well, you did it. You might as well flush the toilet now, Mr. White. Go ahead.
No.
So, because my thing is, you brought up the 13-year relationship, right? And it didn't end with a ring. But it's a lot of women who think the exact opposite, who don't have a ring either. So you can't say one is better or worse, and that's still up to the man, right?
No.
So, go ahead, Alex.
For me, and I wasn't on the show, I was watching it. He gives pick-me vibes because when I've seen her on the show, it's, oh yeah, like you should do this and you should, like you have all these answers and you have all of these things, right? So then when it revealed, like, it would have been one thing if she laid all of her cards out on the table, like, listen, that was me, I was that person, yada, yada, yada. It came out within conversation. After she went ahead and she did all of this, you should do this, the women should be this, and blah, 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 blah. So then for me as a viewer, I'm like, you doing all of this, but sis, where's your ring? Because he ain't put no ring on it. You were in a situationship. So for me, it's just kind of like you did all of that to appease to it, but where's your ring?
Well, that just means she did it for the wrong man. And we already talked about how men, we need to change some of the ways that we pick. But just because she did it for the wrong man doesn't mean she was wrong for actually being that way, because those are traits that men want. And it's just, so let me ask you this. If that's being disingenuous when she's like that, what about women on the opposite? who want to like bash men, do they do that and they really don't believe it too? Right? Do you have women who do that just to fit in with other women?
I think you can be a pick me for other. I think you can be a pick me for other women. Yes, like I'm saying what needs to be said in the moment to be cool, to be accepted, to be this, to be that. But in reality, like you're not living like that. Be honest. So for me, it's not necessarily you're doing it for a man or women. You're doing it for who's ever in the room at the moment in time.
Okay, so let me just say this for all of the women listening. If you're feminine and you agree with a man, just because you get a man that doesn't appreciate it, don't switch up and turn into one of these bitter women who now you want to be all masculine and nah, I ain't agreeing with no man just because one person did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it sounded like. I don't think you can judge it just because she made a bad decision with a guy who chose her.
It's not,
and that's why I say a woman can't be a simp. Keep that energy, yo.
It's not judging it. It's just simply the fact that you did all of this talking.
Yes, it is.
Just like when we were on the show before, a couple weeks back, and we were talking about marriages failed, and when we found out old boy was on, this wasn't his first or second divorce. And we were like, now you did all this talking, but you
still judging though, Alex. I mean, judging is judging.
But you're also coming out, you are a pick me because in the moment you are saying all of the right things. But in reality, that's not really how you've been living. That's not really what happens behind closed doors in real life. But you're portraying yourself to be and saying whatever to fit the conversation.
Yeah, I got you. It's still judging though. I mean,
right, but that's not true. So just because she was living that and he didn't marry her doesn't mean that, oh, now she has all of this knowledge. She was still the same person. He just didn't marry her.
13 years though, does that matter at all? The time span in which he wasn't
she was dumb for staying that long too. Like, don't.
And that's a part of it, Adrian.
She can work on that piece, but
that's the point of it. That's a part of it because she gives off, and again, I'm not making this about her, but she gives a lot of advice and looks down and has, in other episodes too, like that's what's wrong with y'all now, women now, da 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 da. And that's the part that when it came out, because questions were asked. I think I might even ask the question. That's how it came out. That came out. So it's not like I learned my lesson because you're right. Let me go on mute.
So does that make a woman a simp in that regard? Spending 13 years doing all of those things and still not getting the ring? Does this woman now become a simp? Whoever
we called her a pick me. We didn't call her a simp. We called her a pick me.
But I'm asking a specific question though. Is it applicable?
I think a female simp is positive.
I wouldn't have called her a simp. I don't know.
You could be doing a whole lot of things to get a ring and he never gives it to you.
Yeah.
Are you doing it just to get that ring?
Obviously not. She did for 13 years.
Well, I don't know what she was doing in there, but to me, in that moment, she was pick me.
Well, you based on your judgment of it, you think you know what she was doing in there.
I'm only going off of what was said. But to Love's point, you're giving all of this. Women should do this. Women should do that. Did it 100?
Yeah, so, and that's the sticking point right there. That's the point right there.
So the results matter most.
Yes. Yeah, you sitting there can't look down on us and sit there and say, "What's wrong with y'all now?" And that's how she goes on. What's wrong with y'all now? Y'all need to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And then with da. And so
I think it would be one thing if
leave me alone, Hamp.
Hey, listen, I think it would be one thing if what she was saying about y'all, she was wrong, but she's right. And she's literally just repeating what we're saying. So what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it, the long and short, is she came across as somebody who was not relatable. What she could have came across a little bit more relatable.
And how would she have done that? By saying, hey, I was this way and I made a dumb move, but this is still the correct way to be? Because all she's doing is repeating what men are saying. That sounds like a wise woman.
So it goes back to tone and delivery, right? So if you come on and you're just like telling somebody how to be and telling them everything that they did wrong, but your track record ain't clean, the niggas find out, oh, you got a dirty track record with the way you be talking. It's the way she be talking. She could have came in a little bit more, a little bit less disingenuous. I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, it can potentially, I could see how it can hurt credibility a little bit. Shanae with the $5. Yup, Alex, 13 years in the situationship. She just got out after 3 months and now she pandering to men. Savage with the $5. So Gway can't make a mistake, but I have hear women on this panel justify their mistakes. Alex, you had a backup plan till 10 minutes ago. You were married. Damn. True. Why you smiling
That's
so
not even true. Context matters.
It was 20 minutes ago.
Whatever. Context matters.
True Impact with the $10. You mean women who cap for men? Gway and Tay play that game, but a 40 nobody chose them, and Mr. White's divorced wife. God damn, yo, True Impact gotta come on the panel one day.
I don't get it. What do you mean? Nobody chose my divorced wife?
He's saying the pandering, the cap. So I guess she's saying Gway and Tay cap. They 40 years old. They ain't get chose. And then I guess she's saying because your wife is divorced, that put her in that category.
Oh, got you. Well, she was engaged, but she was. I ain't gonna go into that. All right.
Huh? Oh my God. Omac with the $5. Pick Me wants to get a promotion to girlfriends to be married. Gway will get married before the other women on the panel. Damn, you think so?
Yeah, how can you make that assessment? What are you talking about, Omac?
Maybe he interested.
He's married already. He's an old man. Isn't that's the old married man, right? Him.
Ain't nobody hate him.
Ain't nobody hate him. We giving our opinion.
Hey, yo, Hemp, put up a poll. Who gonna get married first, Gway or Love, yo?
I don't care about that poll. That poll don't make me. No, never mind. It won't hurt my feelings. Go ahead. I don't care.
All right, let's put it up.
I really don't care. You already know what they're gonna say. But you already know what they're gonna say because again, the men in the chat know her and they like what she says. They hate. I can say hello and they hate what I say. So I know what they're gonna say.
But you know what happened, Love? Hypothetically speaking, she's portraying to be one type of way, and again, I don't know her personally. But then they go ahead and then she gets married, and all the things that she said that she was gonna do and be, that's not the case in real life because you're putting on this show, this image, and then behind, at least with Love, you're getting it. Like I'm this, I'm that, X, Y, and Z. So it's not going to be a surprise behind closed doors when she starts doing X, Y, and Z.
He just said she do this for the
surprise.
TV.
I'm super sweet. And the surprise behind closed doors, I'm super sweet and sexual and everything.
Wait, what's popping?
Shit like that.
You heard her. You heard.
That's not gonna stop me from being feminine.
Well, good for you. It's in it.
Damn, don't make me drop the link for Gway now.
Yeah, drop the link, man. Drop the link.
Oh Lord.
Gway asked for the link. I'm giving it to her. Gway, let me know if you want it.
Come on and defend yourself.
Like, share. I gotta save some time for that. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right. If Gway come up, cool. It's on and popping. Smoke cam is ready. Savage with the files. Alex, you pretended to be a wife but had an exit plan. How are you different? Damn.
Wow.
First and foremost, we were having a conversation about Black women. Okay, Black women and why it is that we go ahead and we do what we have to do. Why as Black women, we go ahead and we make sure that we have our education, that we have our money aside because of how we were raised. So clear about mine. And growth, I am here. I owned it. And that's that. Don't try it. My husband and I are very happily married. 4 years married. We've been together 11 years. Try it with somebody else, not me.
Okay. I mean, the delivery was good.
Damn, you gonna let Savage come at you like that?
Exclamation point at the end of that shit.
Don't do that.
Damn, man.
Savage like the most non-podcast.
Did I mess up the poll question? Let me see if I messed the poll. Somebody said I messed up the poll question. What did I put? Y'all? I messed it up. Oh shit. They saying yes. Hold on. Hold on. Let me change this shit. They voting already. What y'all voting on? I put who gonna get picked first, Love or Gway, and then the answer is yes or no. How the fuck? All right, hold on. Oh, I got it. All right, hold on. Will Love, get married before Gway.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
There you go. My bad. All right, fixed it. Alice, you got people rooting for you.
Thank you.
Damn,
Thank
man. Damn. All right. Let me share my screen real quick. Give me a second. Hit that like button, man. Share the stream. This is a good one. Give me a second. Let's get into this one. You see my screen?
Yup.
Okay, so this is why I ask you to explain what you mean by alphas. In nature, alphas are takers. Alphas will delete, alphas will grape, alphas will do anything at their disposal to get the results they want. Betas are more compliant. They will actually defer to women. They will
Did you say rate? I'm sorry. Did you say rate?
Yes, when I say in nature, let's go to the cave age, right? Like our predecessors, right? An alpha is the dominant lion. It kills all the cubs from the former alpha. He doesn't want to share authority. He's actually ruthless. He's a person that will always put himself first because that alphas used to do. A beta is more compassionate. A beta will defer more. A beta will put you first. A beta will actually put you on a pedestal. So what I'm telling you is that when you choose an alpha, be careful with all the consequences that come to alpha, because it's more probable, one second, that is more probable than alpha says, I love you, and then he goes on a business trip, sees Nay and fuck Nay. A beta will say, oh my God, I love you. No, Nay. It's not about you. It's about the alpha per se and his predispositions. Okay. A beta will say, "Oh my God, I love love so much. I miss her. I can't wait to go back."
Don't forget, we were using Johnson leaders anonymously. Don't forget.
So, did you hear his sentiment?
Really, his tongue got in the way. God damn.
Okay, but the characteristics of an alpha, how alphas function. Because when he was saying it and I listened to it, and I listened to it the first time today, I understood what he was saying by the alpha character. But like the alpha characteristics and beta characteristics. So in terms of a relationship, Chief, when we were talking about earlier, I'm not saying simp and beta are synonymous, but they will be more closely related. Simp and alpha would be, I feel like, antonyms, but simp and beta would be more closely related when we're talking about relationships, because you probably need to name it something different.
So I know this might be risky, and we can't, we got to stand firm in ours. But I feel like, to your point, simp and beta may be more synonymous. However, it's still applicable to what Mr. White was saying. When you're in a relationship, you do those things as a man should, and you can't call me a beta because I'm catering to my wife, and you can't call me a simp because I'm catering to my wife.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Did y'all hear his breakdown though? Did you get it clear?
Yeah, his alpha seemed very extreme, almost
crazy.
Like very extreme. It almost seemed like, like he said, take it back to predecessors. Cave. He eventually referenced the cave times.
But with animals, they do that, right? So I understand we're not lions, but look at the men that had like. Did you watch Steve Jobs movies?
No.
Oh, damn! Y'all don't. Okay. Did you watch Only in America with with Ving Rhames about Don King?
Nope.
All right, so real leaders, like, you guys know like Attila the Hun. Do you guys know?
Yeah, I know who that is. Yes.
Like these men that conquer and do these great things. I mean, they have these, what I heard was some narcissistic tendencies, even violent tendencies, get over tendencies, push too hard tendencies, be very selfish, and they can't see it. Myself, for instance, I'll work a bunch of hours, but then I won't be home. But in my head, the hours worked are worth more to the family.
Okay, that's fair.
But it's selfish though, because I'm not here. But I see opportunities as the goal.
Can I answer this question? I think I might have to ask something before I can answer it. Okay, are simps better fit for most? The way that he defined alpha, no, because if I'm correct, you played it just now. He said an alpha is one of the men that he goes on a business trip. He's going to sleep with Nay, like meaning a woman, right? He's going to sleep with somebody else. A beta will tell a woman, his wife, "I love you." That's where I totally disagree with that. So no, I don't. He's making alpha sound very negative.
Right.
And that's why I did not, and I can't get with that.
In terms of relationship, what we're seeing, I think it kind of is. It's much more difficult for a woman than someone who's more agreeable, more compassionate. So if you look at it from a beta standpoint, beta's 50-50. They take orders all day long. They're okay with taking orders. They're functional. They help make shit go.
But an alpha male can still tell his wife he loves her.
Yeah, you are the absolute alpha in your
right.
home.
You're an alpha. You tell
no
your
one
wife
questions
you love
that.
her.
But you go on vacation for a couple of days. You be like, yeah, babe, I love you and the kids, and I miss y'all. Like you ain't going on a beta because that's my wife. I miss her.
I miss you that much. But no, I understand what you're saying. I mean, we just talking about both sides though.
It's too extreme though for it to make a real conversation right now.
His
That's
definition
why I
of alpha is way too extreme.
Exactly. I can't get with that. It's way too extreme. He said alpha's rape. No. Because that's a killer. He's equating alphas to killers and destroyers.
Well, but he's also
go ahead.
No, he was also saying like an alpha goes on a business trip and fucks another woman while the beta calls his wife. And that's like so betas don't cheat is what he's saying. Like you got to be only alphas cheat. Like that shit is wild.
That's crazy. That's making sense.
I see when I'm listening, I'm thinking he's just talking about likelihood and tendencies, and so he said it that way to illustrate a point.
Adrian, are you an alpha?
He was arguing his point in an extreme fashion. Is what I'm saying.
Do you tell your wife you love her, Adrian?
Yeah, but for the question, I think that simps or betas are better for most women the way they currently are. Because most alpha men are not going to deal with it. And I'm not even talking about the extreme that he was talking about. I'm talking about like men who are not about to go back and forth with you, men who have a vision, men who are focused, men who, I will die for you, but you need to make sure you are aligned with me. I don't think most women can handle a man like that and are not built for all of the things that Alex talked about, right? Being raised to be able to provide for yourself, being raised to not need a man. Like this thing is so ingrained in so many women that a beta initially would be better for them. But then as we discussed too, down the road, initially she's not going to want that because he's not, an alpha.
So the answer is no, it's not a better
fit.
The
answer is
no. You just answered. The answer is no. You just sat there and said no.
Well, Adrian, I think you were right up until you said down the road. I think they'll be just fine. I think they want a nigga that they can have more say, right? Where things are negotiable than not. Not to say alphas don't. Something can be negotiable, sure, but the overwhelming majority of stuff, there's not much wavering, right? Because it's a strict path,
I disagree.
Go ahead.
I disagree because the term is simps, and I don't think that simps and betas are the same.
You think they're totally? You think? Well, I prefaced it with Chief Q. Is simp more closely related to beta? Because now we're talking about relationships. Or you think in relationships a simp can be a simp too?
Yeah, like so a simp in a relationship, if we're saying Will Smith is the example, and a beta in a relationship is something completely different. Like, how can I say it? Will Smith will be a simp in a relationship. Uncle Phil or Carl Winslow would be more of a beta, right? Like rolling out the red carpet for their wives and doing all that nice shit and making sure they go to work every day and do the same job, right? They do the same thing. They're not trying to go above nobody's head.
and be that next big nigga doing like the top shit that can't nobody touch him at, and all that craziness. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I see that.
I see. Yeah. Well, but at one point that is an interesting discussion is women these days don't need to be with alpha men. There's not that many in the first place, and then y'all really can't handle the shit that come with it.
But to say a simp, so to put a simp and an alpha in the same question to say which one is a better fit, neither is.
I agree with her on that.
Because women being with simps will be the total destruction of society. We already a sick, fucked up society.
But if women are so disagreeable, Q, what's the alternative? They just stay single and keep dying by themselves?
No, they get themselves fucking together to at least be with a beta nigga.
Okay.
Shit.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Babies running around.
Yeah, that Uncle Phil. I don't think Uncle Phil was a beta though.
I agree with you.
Anytime a nigga sleep on his fucking couch,
hell yeah.
He put himself in fucking timeout and he paid the bills. Come on, A.
Nah, that's just one thing. You gotta look at everything in totality, right? Like it's a time I slept on my couch. It wasn't because she wanted me in the room. I wanted to sleep on the couch. So you know what I'm saying?
That's different though. That's a choice. In them shows, them women be kicking them out the room.
Oh shit! Gway asked for the link. Hold on, my bad. I got.
So what about everything else though? Right? So
nah,
it's like 80-20.
You can't.
I like Uncle
that's
Phil,
it.
man. I rock with Uncle Phil, yo.
For real, yeah, he got a lot of strong qualities. So like my definition and understanding after Hamp sent that link that time of beta is not that they're as soft as we think they are, but they're definitely not alpha either.
Yeah, the majority.
One beta thing. One to two beta things automatically make you a beta.
I'm not sleeping on my couch, bro.
If Uncle Phil came in and it was an episode where Aunt Viv saw him flirting with some bitch he went to high school with that Will was working for or some shit. I'm just making up something. If she got mad about that, they're gonna show the upstairs scene where him and Aunt Viv get into it, and Aunt Viv like, Philip, go sleep on the couch. And he gonna see his big ass with a fucking pillow going to sleep on the couch. That's some beta shit.
Uncle Phil was the man of the house.
You explain why that's a beta thing, though? Can you?
Uncle Phil was the man of the house.
Sleeping on the couch.
Great.
Can you explain what's up?
Hey, Gway, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Sorry I can't come on camera. I'm a family house, but I was listening to your show. I heard my name in the chat. So I just wanted to see what was being said. I was called pick me. I think that's supposed to mean like what exactly? What is a pick? I mean, what is a pick me? I don't know what that is.
This nigga's scared.
What is a pick me? Him.
Pick me, yo. I'm not a woman. I just
I hear these like terms like passed around, and I always notice like they say that's for women who are not like combative or like who are feminine or like.
Let me give you the play-by-play.
Okay.
So we were saying like, is there such thing as a female simp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the term pick me popped in my head. So for context and to give a tangible example of what might be assumed as such, sometimes when you're on the panel, usually your thoughts are in agreement with the men. And then when women reflect on that, they would consider that, would that be considered a pick me and such? And then the conversation went from there.
Okay, so I agree.
Like
the reason why most of my thinking or the way I look at things or view things is because I've had men in my life that have helped lead me in the right way. So I mean, I don't understand. Like if I'm doing something that is wrong, I have brothers and uncles that would tell me, like, don't do it this way. This is wrong, and explain to me why it's wrong. And somebody said that I stayed in a relationship for 13 years, and I didn't get no ring, so that makes me. Does that make me a pick me? Is that what that is?
So that part they gotta talk for that part. Adrian White with the $5 super chat. Alex, quiet as hell, shaking my head.
I'm here for having a conversation. I'm just here. Stay talking.
All right, I'm done talking.
So yeah, that's fine. So the reason why that came up is because I said it comes across as disingenuous. When you come on panels, on our panel, and you talk somewhat condescending to us and saying, that's what's wrong with y'all women now. You need to do X, Y, and Z. That's men, this men. And you always agree with the men, and it comes across very condescending. And so the other part of that is you're in a relationship for 13 years with someone. And if you're so agreeable and so along and fit well with their mindset of men, you didn't get married.
Yeah,
and
but
so
that just means
comes across as disingenuous, and that's where that part came about, disingenuous and what you're saying, and that's considered the pick me and not a female simp, because that was the comparison: female simp and or pick me.
Okay, so that just means that what I give to that person, maybe I just wasn't the person for them. That's not gonna make me switch up and become masculine so that I cannot be a pick me. No, I'm still gonna give the same that I give him. I'm still gonna give that to the next guy. It's not going to change. I just give it to a guy who wasn't ready to accept that. That's all that means. And like I said, in the thing, I didn't blame him or hold him accountable for anything. I don't think he made the mistake. I think I did, because those are questions I should have asked when I was there. Those are things that I should have talked about from the beginning instead of assuming. So no, there's none of that I am not proud of or anything. I would rather stay in a relationship for that long than to be out here like most of these chicks hopping around from man to man and got the body counts all like by 20 years old, they don't slept with like 30, 40 guys. I would not switched up anything. And I know that my brothers and my uncles will be proud of me. And that's all. I don't look to taking advice from women, because women are not my priority. I don't plan on sleeping with them. I'm not attracted to them. So they cannot give me any advice.
So
if I want advice from a man, I'm gonna get it from a man, because that's who my marketplace value is.
And for your men that you got this advice from, none of them told you that being with someone for 13 years with no ring was ridiculous?
Yes, my brothers told me that, but I decided to stay.
So you didn't listen. So you go to them for
I
God.
decided to stay and make it work. So,
you made the choice, but it didn't work after 13 years. So at what
no, that's
point?
what I'm saying. I don't understand your point, though.
The point is, in the situation, you said that you went ahead and you listened to your brothers and the men in your life, right? You said that you did that. So if you supposed to listen to them, why didn't you listen to them if they actually told you you've been with this gentleman for all this time and he didn't marry you? What did you stay for?
I stayed because that's what I was used to. I had been there for so long, and I felt like things would change, like I said. So even if it didn't work, okay, so he didn't marry me. Okay, I get that. So now what should I do? I should be like, oh, because that didn't work, so let me go switch up my style and the way I move and become masculine and a feminist so that a guy can pick me now.
Brothers, by your logic, you should have listened to the men in your life. If they supposedly,
but like I said, I didn't. It's not like they weren't telling me the right things. It was my fault because I didn't. That's why I said this responsibility is not on the men in my life at all.
Bring this to my point. You're looking to combat everything that I'm saying. You are making my exact point. If you supposedly listen to them for guidance or whatever the case is, and I grew up with my brothers, they told me this, they told me that. If they supposedly told you, hey, you should leave him alone, you shouldn't be there, you made the decision, right? You made the decision because you're grown to go ahead and go against their word. And that clearly didn't work out for you. When I'm saying in reference to being a pick-me, it seems as though whenever I watch the show, that you are, well, y'all should be women, y'all should be this, y'all should be that, X, Y, and Z. But that was not your reality. It did not work out for you that way. It comes off not being genuine. It's more of a you need to practice what you preach. It would have been a different conversation if you were like, hey, you know something? I was with a man for all this time. It didn't work out, so forth and so forth. Here is what I would have done differently. But instead, when I've come on and I've watched the show, you are bashing. And I don't even know how the topic came up. And then it was revealed, oh, I was with somebody for 13 years and we didn't get married. So you supposedly have all the right answers. You have these strong men in your life. They tell you X, Y, and Z, but none of them told you how to secure this ring. So which is it? And you clearly feel a way about it, and that's fine, which is why you decided to say, drop the link. So we're having this conversation.
No, I don't. It's not about what feeling a type of way about the pick me comment that because you feel like I'm a pick me. So it's not about me
telling you a pick me, and that's fine. You feel a way about it.
I wanted to know what that was in the first place, and if because the way I move, or if it's because the way I move or what I say, I would still tell women that whether I'm single, married, or whatever. If you out here and you are a woman and you are half naked on the internet and you are acting up and doing all this stuff, just because I'm not in a relationship doesn't mean I'm not going to tell my friend or people I know or any women for that matter to not do the right thing. That has nothing to do with anything. Me telling somebody that, oh, you shouldn't be out here wilding or you shouldn't be doing this, it's not mean that I'm a pick me. It just means that I'm telling them the right thing. And these feminists are lying to y'all, and these people who are telling you to act up and do all this stuff, they're telling you because they don't have your best interest. Women, the whole sisterhood is fake. It's not a real thing. Because by the time a man cheat, a female is the first, her legs is open. So where's the sisterhood in that? Some of them know these men are married and they still destroy homes. So like, I don't believe in all that sisterhood stuff. And maybe if I come off that way, that is fine. Again, like I said, I'm not looking for advice or looking for any type of saying from women on the internet or women who are having conversation on panels and stuff like that, because my marketplace is not them. So I'm not going to take advice from them. So it's not like to say, I can see if I was out here naked doing all this stuff and doing all that stuff, and then I'm telling somebody not to do it, then you can say, oh yeah, well, she's not practicing what she preached. But a relationship is completely different from what you're talking about. You're conflating two different issues.
I'm not.
And you're doing it on purposely because maybe you feel like I should come on the panel and be like, oh yeah, it's okay for women to do this, do that, and we shouldn't check women, we shouldn't do this. No, you can do that to
the context, but into the conversation. But if you want to go there, then how has that worked for you? You're so feminine. You tell people don't do this. You tell people don't do that. How has that worked for you? Has it been successful?
It worked perfectly fine for me. Do you see me complaining?
Are you married?
I'm not married, but do you see me complaining?
All the feminine logic that you give, are you married?
What does women misbehaving out there has to do with them with me getting married? I don't understand.
It's like you are preaching. It's like me going to my doctor's office and I have an overweight clinician and they're saying, Alex, you need to eat better, you need to do this, then a third, but my doctor is severely also overweight. It doesn't make sense. You have to practice what you preach. And then in any event it's a difference if you say, you know something, learn from my mistake, let me be transparent in this, but you don't come off that way.
But I'm the one that brought that to the thing.
You may be very different. You may be very different. But in the context of the conversation, when I thought of an example of a pick me for the context of the conversation that we were having, that situation came to my mind.
And that's the opinion. You're entitled to it. I don't look forward to getting advice from you or anything like that. So it's not gonna, let me say this. It's not going to look, you can feel any kind of way. Any woman that wants to feel a type of way, but the way I present myself or the things I talk about and what I say, and they equate that to, because I said don't be out here being naked, don't be out here being masculine, don't be out here doing this because it's not a good look, not just on you finding a man, but even just you as a woman, period. If you find that to take that to say, just because I said that, then it equates to, well, you wasn't married. I wasn't doing those things. I don't do those things. So I don't understand. You're conflating two different issues, but you're using that example in order because you feel a certain type of way because I'm not in agreement to your talking point. So you want to say, because I don't agree with you because we all share vagina together. So that means I'm a pick me. And you're entitled to that, but be honest about where you're coming from. You know, don't be trying to play it off like, oh, because she telling people don't do this, don't do A, B, and C and D. So that means that's why she's not married. It has nothing to do with that. I'm the one that brought that to the internet. So I was still as a single female, you know, whoever get butt hurt over that. Every time I come on any panel that I'm on and it bring about women who are out here just loose, sleeping around doing, I would say the exact same thing. If that make me a pick me, I will shout and be happy about that. Because at the end of the day, I can sleep fine and then sleep at peace. Because I know I'm doing the right thing for me, and that is okay with me. I am not asking for your opinion, and I don't care what you think.
You clearly do because you asked for the link and you came on here.
Yes, because you said something that was incorrect. So what are you talking about?
Okay, you could have just kept writing in the chat. It's
You
fine.
know, you said something that was incorrect, so I had to come and correct it. You know, that don't mean to say, oh, I care what you think, or I care about anything that you have to say. That's not gonna. If I care, then I would change my ways, but I don't, so I'm not gonna change that. I just wanted to let you know so that we can speak on it, you know, so we can be on the same panel talking about it. It has nothing to do with anything. However, people you feel about the way I present myself or I pick me, I'd rather be a pick me than a pass around any day. I'll take that and sit my ass down.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
get that clarified.
Thank you.
So I had a couple questions for you, Gway.
Oh, go ahead.
So, and I'm not trying to get too personal, but are you over the age of 30?
Yes, I'm over 30.
Okay. Why do you think that you are not married right now?
Do I have to explain this again?
Oh, I wasn't a part of the first one. Or maybe if you said it just a few minutes ago, I didn't catch it.
No. I said it before on the panel. I've said that on multiple
She
panels.
wasn't on the panel though, Gway. Q hasn't been on the panel. She doesn't watch Tuesday, so that's why she's asking you this.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like she repeated, I was in a relationship for 13 years and the guy didn't want to get married. So that's why that relationship ended.
Okay.
So,
and then
and
how long
I can't marry myself. Is a man that has to propose to you and marry to you. So I can't do that part. But that was why. So I just got out of that relationship and I decided to deal with what I have to deal with first, so I don't make the same mistake again. So that's why.
Okay.
ladies,
Then when you say that, you mean like you have to heal and all that shit?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you kind of can relate to more of the women that you speak to than what it
No.
comes across as. Like not as far as
like in which way
hold
though?
on, let
Like
me
have
land,
a relationship problem?
hold on, let me land, Gway.
Okay.
But without all that thought shit that you talking about, which
But that was
nobody
my
on this
point.
panel, right? Nobody on this panel subscribes to that though, right?
No,
But
the conversation we had the last time it was like it almost seems like when women do something, the reason why you see that men can separate the good women from the hoes is because we all look alike, we all dress alike, we all look the same way. So the conversation, it came up in the conversation or in a question about things that women were doing, and my answer to Ro was that you can't. She said something to the effect of black men is making black women look bad, and I said no, you can't put that on black men because look at it, look at online, look at the things that they're doing. Which black man is telling them to dress like that? Which black man is telling them to be half naked on the internet? So things that women are doing wrong, if you are a woman that's not part of that, you need to call that out. That don't make you anything else but trying to separate yourself from women who are doing those type of things. But when we just sit there and don't say anything to these type of women, it just make all of us to look the same. So you can call out bad behavior because you're gonna look like a pick me. Why?
well, see, here's the contradiction, right? You're okay with calling women out for bad behavior, right?
Okay.
Right. But then when the women here are making you accountable now for how you come across, you're not seeming to take that well.
So does it just apply to everybody else?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't look forward for anybody to hold me accountable. I already held myself accountable. I already knew the things that I did wrong. If it was something that I was hiding or something that I didn't want to talk about because I know how the internet is, when they asked me that question, I would have just not answered the question or anything. But when I answer the question, I also make it a point to say I don't blame that person. Because most of the time when we come out of a relationship, it's so easy to blame the man, or is the man fault, or is this. No, I made those choices in that relationship. I'm the one that didn't ask the questions that needed to be asked. So I already held myself accountable. So what else do anybody else need to say to me that I already haven't said to myself already on the panel?
Okay, so because you feel like you've held yourself accountable, right? And so now you're making all the right steps. You feel like though it's your job to make other women accountable, even if they feel like they may be on the right path. Is that
By
correct?
being naked? That's on the right path. That's on the right path by being naked on social media.
Okay, so who on this panel that you be speaking to that be looking like that? Because you be coming on the
We
panel
were talking.
with that energy.
When him ask questions, it's mostly about women in general. The problem with a lot of black women is that when the man say, "Oh, women are this and women are that," they become they take that offensively. When you know you're not, just because you're talking to a stripper and you saying, "Oh, this other person is this other person is that." If I know I'm not doing those things, there's water off my back. It doesn't face me because I know I'm not doing those things. But most women, especially black women, they become triggered. Like, oh, you said no. If you're not doing those things, they're not talking about you. But I guess the guy have to come and say, oh, not all women. You know, that's not all women, because like if you're not doing those type of behavior, you wouldn't care.
Right. So again, your job is to make the stripper who may be stripping to get quick money to be able to take care of her kids and get in and out. Your job is to make her accountable because she's doing the wrong things, right? But nobody can make you accountable because you already know what the fuck you need to know. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, what accountability do you want to hold me for? Let me put it that way.
Well, what we're trying to explain to you now is you have this kind of like, I don't want to call it grandiose, but you come across like you're all knowing and better than most women, but yet you've made your own mistakes that you speak to, but you kind of speak around it.
How? That's why I'm not understanding how. Because if to say I came on the panel and I say, oh, I was in this relationship for this amount of time, the relationship didn't work, and then I followed that by saying, oh, it was his fault, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't do the one, he didn't do, and I just put all the blame on the guy instead of holding myself accountable for staying in that relationship for that long, then you can hold me accountable.
Right.
Because
but if
then
you're
I'm
saying,
not holding myself accountable.
But if you're saying now you're in a healing space, you talk as though you're like a 30-year veteran in it. You feel what I'm saying? So your 13-year-old story is the math isn't mathing. Because if you're just now fresh out of it and you're just now learning these things, you don't come across as somebody who's just now learning these things and who's on a healing journey. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, learning what things? That's maybe that's the question.
Everything that you're learning that has you not married right now, that you still trying to find your way. You're learning right now, I'm assuming. You're still learning and growing and healing, right?
The only thing that I need to learn out of the 13 years that I had with that person is the fact that not to stay long in a relationship like that again. It's not like I did anything wrong. I mean, it's not like to say I was like doing this and doing all these like outrageous things and this was the person just didn't want to get married. Did they love me? Yes, but they just didn't want to get married. So the only thing that I need to hold myself accountable for is that I should have listened to my brothers. I should have probably listened to my uncles when they was telling me this thing instead of going after my feelings and thinking that things were going to change. So what in that am I not holding myself accountable for is the part I'm not getting.
You just said you just said you didn't do anything wrong other than just being, I guess, naive and thinking this person was going to marry you. But somewhere in there, somebody did some shit wrong. So that comes across as disingenuous. Because it's a marriage that didn't never happen, a relationship that didn't work, where nobody did nothing wrong. You see what I'm saying? Where the math isn't mathing?
If a person doesn't want to get married, what can I do about that?
But I'm pretty sure it was more than just that, Gway, or you wouldn't be healing.
Healing from the fact that I stay.
Because you would have just said, I just made a bad choice in the wrong person. Who?
Yes.
And I have to take accountability. He did nothing wrong, right? He just didn't want
me. He didn't do anything wrong to me.
Right. But then you got a panel of men that do want you. And I'm pretty sure you're in circles where people hear you talk like this and they do want you. So
yes. There's a lot of guys that want me, but I think that anytime you come out of a relationship, to just go jump on another man is not a good thing. I think you need to come out of it and or do some type of self-reflection before you just jump back out there, because then you're not thinking correctly and you end up making the same mistake or getting back in the same pattern or the same habit.
So
right.
Gway, what are you
you're saying the right things, but you just said you don't need the accountability because you've already told yourself these things. You just said that.
Well,
okay,
she only been on the relationship for 3 months though. So after 13 years,
that's it. I don't understand. Like, okay, so what do you want to hold me accountable for that I'm not doing already?
Because it's kind of circular a little bit, the argument.
Right.
After 13 years or something, would it make sense to just decompress? Maybe heal's the wrong word.
Yeah, right. So I'm saying, where's she healing from? I want to know what she's healing. That was my question. I was trying to jump in here, but I know you jumped in real quick. I want to know, wait, what are you healing from? Because I get what Q was saying. If nothing was done wrong on either side, what is the healing? What is the healing? What got wounded that needs to be healed?
Is somebody?
I actually, you didn't hear me?
Wait. Yeah. The key component that they're trying to understand is, you said healing, but you said that the relationship was decent. It's just that he didn't want to get married, so you had to dissolve it. So now you're in a healing process. What out of that time frame of the 13 years, what are you healing from exactly?
For me personally, I don't know if healing is the right word or the wrong word I'm using, but I'm saying that in a way to say there's things that I did so far as staying so long in a relationship, so far as why did I choose to stay, even though, and why did I not ask those questions, and why did I just assume, and me just using, instead of going with my heart, instead of thinking logically, I was thinking emotionally.
Okay, so you more
those things I need to figure out, like I need to use my I need to think logically when you go into those type of situations, and you need to ask the right questions.
Okay,
so that's what I'm saying.
So you're doing more like a debrief almost. Like a lessons learned almost.
But
Gway, this is an interesting question. Mike was popping with the $5. Gway, why did it stop at 13 versus 10 or 8 years? What was the final "he's not going to marry me" moment? Now that's something people can learn from. Like, what made you turn around and say, you know what, he not pulling the trigger? Like, what was that? If you don't mind sharing, if that's too deep, you know what I mean. But if there's not too much trauma in it, then it'd probably be something you could maybe somebody can learn something from.
Yeah, I think it was like year 6, 7 or 8. I think, I don't like to put out there because I don't see that as like an accomplishment, because I didn't get married, but we actually got engaged. So once you go through that stage, then the next step is to get married. But from what I gather, I think he thought that by getting engaged, it was just going to be just that, or maybe keep me quiet, or from not, asking a lot of questions, whatever that was going to be, so it just kind of stayed that way, but because, I kept emphasizing on that, I think at some point he had to come to the term and say, I need to probably just be honest and say what it is,
Okay. And so when he didn't, that was year 13. Like, I've been engaged for 7 years. Enough is enough.
Yeah, like it was like I feel like you're just telling me things because you want to just keep me quiet instead of telling me, being honest and telling me the truth, about how you feel and stuff like that.
Okay. Let me read a couple of these super chats real quick. Bob was good. Bob with the $10. Risky, you sit up there like you have some pristine character. Like you're some paragon of righteousness. Like you are low key the master instigator of a young man's inability to express himself. Bob, I tried to save Dale. He don't want to be saved, bro. I can't help him. Sinead with the $5. Gway, I recall asking you a few similar questions to Q and mentioned healing. I've been there. I just don't come at women in the same manner you do on point of view. Let's okay. Omac with, hold on. Let me just get through these real quick. Omac with the $5. No matter what Gway says, the women on the panel are going to attack her. Of course, she made a mistake in life. At least she took ownership of it. Savage with the $5. Risky. If we're going to hold Gway at this standard, then we can't have panels asking questions. We can't have divorced people or people with backup plans talking about relationships with standards. True Impact with the $10. Gway, you're 40, not 30. You are not a young virgin. Stop the cap. Let's talk to people, men who know you. Man. Blacks Who Defy was popping. Shit like that. Shout out to you, Risky. I appreciate you, brethren. I'm always watching from the clouds, no doubt.
Shit like that.
Hey, Blacks, I'm coming to shit. It's only a 3-hour drive, man. I gotta come out there, bring all these kids. You got this many kids as me. We could have a party. Paul, you feel me? The standard RL. You gotta say, Paul. You never know that somebody might clickbait the shit. Ain't no telling. The standard RLC with the $5. Breaking a relationship, especially one for 13 years, is like grieving a death. That's enough to quote unquote heal from. Let me see. Okay. Can somebody help me decipher exactly what Savage is saying? I might understand, but I may not. Maybe he'll clarify it in the chat for me. But I mean, this part, I don't know. People that make mistakes can tell you what it was like while making those mistakes, right?
I was gonna say that's exactly what she's doing. So that doesn't even make sense.
I know niggas that smoke dope with no teeth that will tell you don't smoke
don't do
dope.
it. Like, don't do drugs.
and they be like this, don't do this.
Like, this is bad for you. This is bad for your health.
People like cigarette smokers, down south that's still popular. Every single person I know that smokes cigarettes tell you don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't start, yep.
Yeah, I agree. And also I don't believe she's being attacked at all. We're having an exploratory conversation. This is not. I don't understand why we can't talk to her and ask her questions.
Hold on. Adrian, like he had a rebuttal.
Okay.
His nose running and shit.
I did, but I want to come back here. But remember a few episodes ago when Asia and them killed me when I was just because of what I used to do and I was trying to tell people how to do right. You didn't care then. You ain't want to boom, 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 and that's the same. Talking about your mistakes, so it come off disingenuous. So
and I'm gonna say what I said then too. But the same thing that I said to you back those few months ago, which was actually last year, I believe, was how you come across. That was the issue, like I had with Gway and with you. Yep. It's the way you come across and deliver the message. Like you just know so much. You're all knowing, and you people down here, y'all don't know nothing else. It's the condescending tone in the delivery of the message. That's why I said what I said to you a few months ago. I think I said last year, and that's what we're talking about with Gway as well. That's it.
No, I just think that no, that's not it. I think that a lot of the time,
that is what I was saying. No, I'm telling you, no, way I'm saying when I say that's it, I'm saying that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I think that most of the times when you see people like coming at me or like asking these questions or saying, "Oh, you're doing the same thing," but you're pointing the finger, it's not that. It's the fact that I'm not the feminist. I'm not out here saying that, oh yeah, making excuses for women and following the narrative that we all, because we're females and we share the same body parts, so we should all be in one step, going and thinking and viewing things the same way. We're different people. We grew up differently. We're gonna have different point of view. Just because yours don't agree with mine doesn't mean to say when I say mine, how come when you say yours, I'm not triggered? But when I say mine, you're triggered. That tells you more about who you are than what I'm saying.
Well, no, it's not necessarily a triggering. And again, we all say the same thing. Like no one's capping for, you know, ratchet behavior or for deplorable behavior. No one's capping for that. Again, and I don't know if you're missing this because you heard the pick me thing. It is just the delivery. And that's the main point. It is the delivery. We get it. No one is perfect. No one on this panel is perfect. Nobody in life is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It is the delivery. I know what y'all gone through. I'm not telling you what to say, but it's like it can be more relatable. It could be received and not. The message could be received a lot better if it's delivered differently. And again, like you said to Q, you're not going to change. You're going to do what you're going to do. And that's fine. You don't have to. And that's fine. You don't have to change. But that was a point of the conversation. And I think right now, there's nothing else that needs to be said about this. You feel how you feel. And that's fine. You're allowed. We don't do groupthink. We're not.
Yeah, no, I don't.
So
I don't do that.
And so we said what we had to say. And then that's it. That's all. It's okay.
No, not really. No. I disagree. Motherfuckers don't get to walk away and just say, "Oh, my truth." No, somebody right.
No, she said she's not going to change. What more can be said about that?
What? Well,
you know, and what we're saying is her delivery and her listen, but her delivery is not relatable. Fine, she's not going to change it. And we say that the delivery and it comes off condescending. Like what more can we come together and say? And like you said, it's a circular conversation right now at this point.
But it's what I'm saying wrong.
Well, let me read this right here. Bob with the $5. The way one perceives as coming off, quote unquote, is more an indicator of the receiver's bias, not the communicator.
Right. So you don't like my delivery. I agree. Whenever the way you deliver your message, I don't have a problem with that. You shouldn't have a problem with my message when the message is true. I would never be here supporting things that are just egregious and just out of character. And if that's what you want to use to say, oh, well, you did the same thing, then that's okay. You're entitled to that. I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, well, she feels that. No, you're entitled to your feelings and your delivery and how you feel. A lot of the times women are triggered. That's just part of our nature because we don't want to hear the truth. It's so comforting for somebody to lie to us and tell us things that we want to hear than to hear somebody tell us the honest truth, because it doesn't.
And Glay, right there, that's a good point. That's a great point, Glay. So when you say that, take that chunk and be like, because I did it, y'all. That's how I know. You know what I'm saying? That could be okay. So he just sat there and said, women are triggered. We're emotional beings. We are this ... Because I've been through it. I was in a relationship where I thought we were going to get married. He was playing me for these 5-7 years after we got engaged, tell me what I needed to know, and it didn't happen. Don't follow my example. And now I'm healing. I'm learning. Like it's a way to deliver a message. And again, there's nothing else to be said about that because I know you're not receiving my point.
But I'm trying to make the point that my delivery has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the person who's listening to the message and being triggered by the delivery.
Do you want the message to be received or not?
Example I would give, a lot of the times I like what's his name? Andrew Tate. Most people will be triggered by what Andrew say. They will be all in the feelings and all of that stuff. But is what he's saying wrong? No. So I might feel like the message is coming to me wrong, but is what he's saying a lie? No. So I can be mad because he's telling me the truth in the way he know how.
John the Baptist with the $5. It's never the message. It's always how it sounds. Just follow the damn message.
I find it so interesting. All these people talking now about it's the message and all this shit. You know how many powerful messages I have spoken
that have been disagreed with because of the fucking delivery. Like y'all go have a fucking seat somewhere. Sit down with
Say
that
it again,
hypocritical
Q.
bullshit.
Say it again, Q.
Like,
It's
please.
hypocritical. It's hypocritical.
That is so hypocritical. And then it's like to that point, Gway, because you come across as so knowing and almost pandering to the men, they do it back to you. And that's what that comes across as. So y'all kiss my
but
ass.
you
That's
see
what
that
comes
as
across
you
as.
see that as pandering because of the way what they're saying making you feel like I'm pandering. No, what I'm saying is the truth. It is black men out here telling other groups of men not to date black women. No, black women are on the internet. We are on. They go to some of them goes to even the ones that in Africa do. Some of them are doing the same thing. So if nobody has to do it, you just have to hop online and see them display their behavior, and you will know whether if men want to take that behavior serious or not. So if I say that we don't have to say that black men are the one defeating women and say that we need to tell women that what they're doing, the way that they're portraying themselves is wrong, how is that a bad thing?
Well,
Just
so
because you
Gway,
don't
like
like what they have said here?
if I was somebody who came to you and I said, so Gway, how should I conduct myself and carry myself and look and appeal to get a man to be married? You see how that's limited on how you can tell me that because you're not a living example. So you're going to tell me the things that somebody else told you, but not things that have actually been put into action that you can say, this is the blueprint.
No, but I wouldn't tell you the way that you should go about doing it. I would tell you what not to do.
Ain't that kind of in the same vein though?
But okay, so that's what I'm saying now. You say you're trying to hold me accountable. I agree with you. What is it that you're holding me accountable for that I'm not to y'all that is coming off like I'm not holding myself accountable?
But we already
talked
about
the point I
that.
want to get to, because I don't see nobody seem to give that point. Like, oh, you're doing this, or you're telling women out here that the way that they're portraying themselves is wrong, but you're portraying yourself in the same light. Then
okay, but we already talked about the making you accountable part. Like I just asked you something and then you went back to that. So that could indicate that maybe you're triggered by being asked what would be the blueprint and how effective is that if you're not living in it.
If somebody was to come to me, or they're coming to me for what, how to be in a successful relationship, is that what they're coming to me for, or they just asking me
based on how you sound? Yeah. So like if you didn't share the 13-year-old
that's what I would give them,
relationship
my
story,
experience.
Right. So, but if you didn't share that story, the way that you come across sounds as though you have this successful marriage and you can provide that information. So if somebody came to you not knowing that, you wouldn't be able to really tell them because you haven't mastered it yourself.
Because the way that I'm holding women accountable, is that your point?
It's a matter of
yeah, because you're calling it holding women accountable, right? But you're actually giving a solid advice on how to be with a man.
No, I'm not telling that.
And how a woman should conduct herself in the presence of men and all these things that you haven't shown to have mastered.
Why are you giving why is it your behavior have to be based on the man? Your behavior should just be based on the way you want people to look at you. Women, men, children, whatever it is. I shouldn't have to be out here doing things because I'm behaving a certain way because I want to please the man. No, I should do it because that is the right thing to do.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
I'm not gonna go and act and tell somebody, oh, you should do.
Well, hold on, real quick. Okay. Let A ask the clarifying question. Let me just read this one real quick because it's been up here so long. Double R Films with the $2. Y'all mispronouncing. Thank you, Gway, for your insight. Angry Snowman with the $2. Oh shit, $5. My bad. That's the problem today. Seems like everyone wants everyone else to be nice to them when they say they're fucking up. Truth isn't nice, it's necessary. Go ahead, you gotta clarify. Hold on, let me get these real quick, Bob with the $10. Ladies, the men that don't like you won't tell you when you're messing up. Nothing makes a man more happy than to see a woman make bad decisions who doesn't listen, take an L. Nothing. Ellipsis. Damn, that was Mac with the $2. Q is like a dog with a bone and determined to get Gway.
No, I mean, no, she's just asking questions.
We having a conversation, but these would be the same niggas that say women don't make women accountable. So when I do that with the men, it's a problem. Then I'm questioning the sister, and that's a fucking problem. Go sit down somewhere.
Go ahead, Mr. White.
All right. So my question is, and I've only seen Gway a few times, so correct me if I'm wrong, Gway, but I feel like Gway speaks from a standpoint of how a woman is supposed to be, period, and not what a woman needs to do to become a wife. So am I correct in that way, that when you're talking about a woman being feminine, it's about how she's just supposed to be in general?
Yes.
So
I'm not giving anybody marriage. Yeah, no, I'm not giving anybody marriage advice or relationship
She's not
advice.
saying, hey, you have to do this to be married. So her failed relationship has nothing to do with a woman trying to, her advice to women to naturally be feminine and walk in that.
And I have a clarifying question also. So you guys agree with what she says, you disagree with how she says it? Because that's what I'm hearing. Is that
I
true?
don't agree with a lot. I don't agree with a lot of.
Maybe not from you, Q, to be fair.
Yeah,
but the messaging was what was brought out. So, Love, you agree with what Gway says. You just don't like her delivery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let me not just give a one-word answer either. I want to give context. No, I don't. So I agree with her. I never, cape for ratchetness, dance on tables, twerking, X, Y, and Z. Again, it's the delivery and the message. And if you want the message to be received, a certain way to deliver it. We've talked about this so many times about how we deliver messages on this panel. On Wednesdays, we talked about this. So yes, it's condescending. It comes across as that way, and it's not easily received.
Yeah,
and
that's
it does
a
come
girl
across
thing.
as well. It's a man thing too, because y'all have also.
No.
It's a human thing.
No. We never said that. We never said that.
Oh my gosh,
we never said talk to me nice. We never don't.
But no, not talk to me nice. But no, we've talked. But y'all have talked about how you talk to a man. We have talked about that on this podcast. No, but how women talk to men.
That's
we have talked
yeah.
about that on this panel.
I said that's a man thing. What I'm saying a woman thing in terms of you can't receive something that's valid if it's not delivered correctly.
It's always that's communication 101. That's how you communicate. Okay. Communication 101 makes a difference.
Yeah. Damn. Well, you're gonna have a hard time, man. You gotta be sweet to them.
Now you're being facetious. But now you're being facetious, and the whole entire point that we were trying to communicate is lost now. And people being facetious. You got to be sweet to them. Nobody said being sweet.
Yeah,
no
you
one
probably
said
gotta
that.
be sweet though. You gotta be sweet.
Nobody said that. And you're totally
you gotta
discounting.
Be. You do have to be diplomatic.
Message. So what's the point of us even talking then?
I don't know.
I think the reason why is like that too, because this is how we talk to each other in my family. Like some of the things, like even my friends that will come around, when they see the way me and my cousins or my brothers or my sister or my mom, then the way we talk to each other, some of them would take that as oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But to us, that's how we've been talking like that from the time we grew up. That's how we were raised. We're very blunt, and I know that come off, not in such a good way. But I just feel like instead of you listening to how I'm saying things, you probably want to listen to what I'm saying, because that's how it for me,
I think what you're saying is profound. It's like we haven't heard it before. So I want to be very clear in that too. It's not like what you're saying is just so nuanced and so profound. It's not. I'm saying this, I'm repeating myself over again, but I had to make that point too. It's not about listening to what you're saying, because what you're saying is not brand new.
Yeah, but then people shouldn't be triggered.
So I got one more.
Wait, triggered. Now we sit there and use the word triggered. Men be losing it. It's not. No one's getting triggered Gway, no one got triggered. No one of us on this panel talking to you, asking these questions has said the word triggered once. Not once. So no one.
No, I didn't say they said it. That's what I said. I said that they shouldn't be triggered by the way I'm presenting what I'm saying, because I'm not telling you, oh, love, you know what? You shouldn't say it that way because it makes me feel a certain type of way. No, that's how you deliver your message. And I can, take whatever you're saying to me, and look at the message in it, and instead of me looking at the way that you are telling me what you're telling me.
So it also sounds like it doesn't matter what I say, because you also always say, I don't take advice from women. So I can't say anything to you because you said that a few times.
So Gway, other than taking a shit every day, what's your number one flaw as a woman on a daily? Like, I think if anybody's missing that message,
I'm not perfect at all. I'm a human being. I make mistakes every day. I'm very flawed. We all are. There's no perfect human being at all. It's just that the point that you guys are making, I'm not getting it because it don't seem to be like, this is what I would say. From what I'm getting, it's not so much of what I'm saying to you guys. Is one, maybe the way I say it, or maybe is because what I'm saying is maybe related to like some of the things that men will say to women, because women feel like we need to be in this group mentality. We need to all think the same way, need to all feel the same way and stuff like that. That's just not me. I'm not a feminist. I despise
neither am I. Well, neither am I. But
so
Gway,
to me, I feel like when you see feminists, that talking point, oh my God, how you gonna say it like that? But the thing is,
that's not a feminist talking point.
So like I just can't. I'm not gonna tell you the way you want me to tell you.
That's fine. So, but you also say I don't take advice from women. You said that on the POV, and you said it tonight too. You don't listen to what women say. You want to take advice from women, and why is that?
Not about a man. Not about a man. If I'm looking to be, my marketplace value is a man. Talking to a woman is not going to help me.
So your goal is to get a man.
Yes, right? I want to be in a relationship with a man. I want to be married. Okay. So, and I've been this way before. Even when I was in a relationship, I always wanted to know, men think. Because when we sit down and talk, like I want to know, like, guys, what you're thinking about this and that,
Right. So at the same time, you said you don't take advice from a woman. So would you take advice from a married woman? Because that is your goal, according to you just said, your goal is to be married. So woman's advice. Not just woman's advice about, of course. Now come on now. No one's just anybody married and just any old thing. If you want to get married to a man, would you take advice from a married woman? Because then that's counterproductive to what you said earlier. Would you take advice from a married woman?
Yeah, I take advice from my mom. She's married.
Someone outside of your family. Someone outside of your family.
Yeah. I would take advice from a married woman. Yeah.
Okay.
And y'all see what accountability looks like. So shout out to John the Baptist with the $2. You are holding the wrong woman accountable. I think not. And I think if you missed the message and missed what the fuck just happened, you need to watch this again.
True Impact with the $10. People have learned behavior just like black men from other countries make a distinction from lazy African Americans. Men Gway grew up with don't want her. She said she's Ted to be married. She says she's taught to be married, Mr. White. Clarify that for me. Bob with the $5. Ladies, no need to answer, but is there anything about you that you can change that you know is bad and just don't out of fear of being hurt? That's a good question. Let's come back to that. Bob with the $5. To the yellow hat lady, honestly, I don't think you come off as feminine.
Obviously, Bob. Like, where the fuck you been at? Are you new to the channel?
Savage with the $5. They don't like the answer to the question she asked. So they try to make it personal, which has nothing to do with the question that was asked. Savage to find out. So from now on, Dana asked to say, I wanted to get married, but I'm going to get fucked till I find my husband before anything she says. So we all know.
That's not what Dana said.
Omac with the $2. Wow. For almost in 1 hour, they have been coming at
Why
Gway.
is Omac so butthurt? Like, I want to know, aren't you married, sir? Why are you so butthurt? Because we are having a dialogue and a conversation with Gway. She even said she wasn't offended. Why are you? And that's a real question. Send a super chat because I want to know why
Omac
you so
is a
mad.
simp. He trying to defend a woman he not getting no tweets from.
For real, that's the true definition of a simp. And no one asked you. She didn't even ask you for that, Omac. Chill out.
Chief, I know you had a question, or you want me to attack this real quick?
I'll get that, and then we can go to it. Ladies, shout out to Bob, $5 super chat.
I don't think
Ladies.
your mic in, Chief.
Hold on.
It sounds like it's your computer mic, not your actual mic.
Hold on.
Connect. Bob with the $5. I'll read it real quick. Ladies, no need to answer this, but is there anything else about you that you can change that you know is bad and just don't out of fear of being hurt?
Bang. Am I better?
Yeah. Read this one for me.
Shanae Fulton with a $5 super chat. You don't take advice from your father/bros, your first male covering, but you'll take it from your mom because she's married. So how will you follow a man's lead?
No,
but I already answered that. I said my brothers, my uncles are the ones that actually was effective in my life. So I already talked to them about stuff. So I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
Yeah, she said that already.
I already said that.
Yeah.
I think I may have missed it when I slid out, but I saw that Mike Brown posted a question talking about 13, 10, or 8 years within the marriage. So it wasn't directly at Gway, but it was more so for the ladies. Like, how long is too long? When is enough? If marriage is your ultimate goal, like, do you wait 13 years? Is 5 enough? Some, like, you know what I mean? I've seen some women leave after 2.
I think it depends from what I'm learning now. Let me put it that way, because I didn't do that in the beginning, so I can't speak from that point of view. But from what I'm learning now, I think it will be based on how old you are, and also on what are you looking for. Because, I mean, there are guys that will be honest with you and tell you, I'm not looking for anything right now. I just, want to have fun and stuff like that. And if that's what you're into, you get into it. But I think that when you get to a certain age and you looking for marriage, I think you will look at dating or meeting guys in a different way. From
Alex. I can't remember what you said, but you said you was married together for 7?
In total, we've been together 11 years, but we've been married 4 years. And I think even, with the time frame, we got together in college. So I always say and have the conversation, if I were dating now at 33 years old, I wouldn't wait that long. And I think of a variety of different reasons. Like, I'm more secure with who I am. I have my career. And then I'm also thinking about, for me, as someone who is wanting to be a mom, I'd be thinking about my biological clock. And at this point, it's just like, this is an acceptable time. I know for sure that I want to be married. I don't have the time to sit here and wait with you. I would never advise someone to stay with someone that long at my big age. I think after 3 or 4 years, and even then in that conversation, it's just like, we know what our intentions are. We know that if we're going to get together, I'm going to be very clear in saying that, hey, I want to be married. I expect to be married within this time frame. If that's not something that you want to do, it doesn't seem like we're going down that path. Let's end it now.
How long?
Go ahead, Chief.
No, how long were you in it before you were engaged? Because sometimes most marriages don't happen until a year or so after the engagement.
6 years.
So you were together 6 before you got engaged? Okay. So now that wouldn't fly for you had you not been in the situation you are.
No.
So if you have a number on what's too long or what the extent is, 3, 4, 5.
I would say about 3 years.
So if it ain't going down in 3, it's over. Did it take you that long?
If we had not after 3 years decide like move towards an engagement, then we're gonna be done. Like, okay, what are we doing? But then, you know, Gway did say something about like there are situations where people go ahead and they will put a ring on someone's finger just to shut them up, just to think, okay, this is going to buy me some time. For me, when we went ahead and we got engaged, we're not about to be engaged longer than a year. There are some people, and I know people who they got the ring and it was just like, okay, here, shut up. And then they've been engaged for 3 and 4 years and the marriage has never happened.
But Alex, your numbers. Well, hold on. But Alex, your numbers don't. Your actual numbers don't equate to what it is you're saying, though.
We got engaged after what, 6 or 7 years, and we were
a long fucking time.
6 or 7 years, yeah. But we've been together since we were in college, and I
What
came
I'm saying is, your timeline is very, very long.
It is,
and
which is for me, which is why I say at my big age, I would never tell someone to go ahead and to wait that long. There came a point for me where it was just like, all right, what are we doing? I cannot and I will not sit here and wait any longer. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. But you are. So you were what, 5 years ahead of Gway and saying, what were we doing?
Yeah, the conversation was happening a year before that.
So, because Gway, if you do the math, was she 26?
I don't know how old Gway is.
40. I think Gway just turned 40. So she's 26. Is it far-fetched to believe she could have got looped in with a guy young? Because I think you guys you guys think 26 is still young. Because women perpetuate this narrative of living your 26, your 20s out.
Mm-hmm.
So if she with a guy, she's 26. This flip doesn't seem far-fetched now.
Starting at 26, 27, though, after about 3-4 years, you're 30, 31 or whatever the case is, we're having this conversation. What are we doing? But then to proceed that long, but she did say, they went ahead and they got engaged. But then after you got engaged, there was no progress then, right? So that's when it's deciding, okay, at what point do we say we are done? Did you just give me this ring to buy more time? Do you really want to go ahead and get married? Like, what is the scenario? I got together with my husband. I was 22 years old.
Think about this. I'm just assessing it because the 13 does sound crazy. But if he finally proposed when 7 years deep, and she's what, 34, 35, 34? You already got 2 feet in the grave at this point. What's another, like, if I'm a woman with the clock, like you said, Alex, I'm 33.
It's easy to say what's another couple of years, though. When you are racing, it's very easy for someone to say what's another couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like it's a broken thought process.
But it is, though. If I'm 33, 34, and we've been together all these however many years prior to, and we may, let's say we didn't get engaged yet, but we're talking about it. The next year we go ahead and we get engaged. I'm assuming that or imagining that within that next year we're getting engaged. But no, getting engaged or getting married. When that doesn't happen, it's just like, okay, what are we doing? Are you blocking my blessing for someone else?
Hold on. What year did you get engaged? You got engaged year 7?
Or Gway?
You.
6.
Gway, what year did you get engaged?
I want to say 6 or 7.
Y'all in the same fucking.
But she was older, is what I'm saying. She started the relationship older.
But 25, 26. Are y'all telling women to get engaged at that point?
There's a big difference between I started my relationship at 22 versus she started her relationship at 26, 27. There's a big difference. There's a big maturity difference, right? So if after, let's say Gway started her relationship at 26 and she doesn't get engaged until she's 32, 33, I'm 33. I've already been married 4 years, right? So for her, it's still, and I'm not trying to speak her narrative, but in that time frame, it's just like, okay, what are we doing? So then they get engaged.
I see, but your breakdown gave me more clarity to where now it doesn't seem because niggas be playing like that.
They do.
That ring bought that ring bought that nigga 3 years, 4 years.
They absolutely do. And I think for me with the conversation when she was saying it, like it was nice to see her show a realm of humility. It's just like, oh, like, okay, like, dang, like, I think it's more relatable when you're saying, like, I've been together with somebody this long, we got engaged, and we waited all this time in X, Y, and Z, right? As opposed to it being a conversation. And, you know, she's saying, like, I'm talking to him about being feminine versus going ahead and trying to be a wife. But it's received differently, right? Because instead of coming up and saying, like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, and then you come up with this bombshell of 13 years, well, it's just like, well, hold on then. So
Let
what
me
really
read I see what you're saying. Let me read these super chats and now Chief had a follow-up. Savage with the $5. Why is a woman that don't date men asking about following men? John the Baptist with the $2. Men will protect women like Gway. Excuse me. Bob with the $10. Ladies, what's more important, marriage or a good relationship? In other words, would you rather be in a bad marriage or unmarried in a great relationship?
It's a valid question.
Yeah, let me come back to that. True Impact with the $10. Gway, just admit you were a 304 like other women in their 20s. You are 40. No man was with you for 13 years. It sounds cute and stable for the men. Show improve. It's cap. God.
These guys is wild.
Savage with the Jesus Christ. Savage with the $5. Alex, you in a relationship for 10 years with a backup plan. You doing what you accuse Gway of doing on that high horse, acting better than. Yeah, this question. I feel like Love and I talking about this shit here. Bob, I know you didn't ask me, but these hoes rather be married, Bob. Yeah. Yep. What you guys think for the ladies?
We just had this conversation.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in a bad marriage. I wouldn't.
No, absolutely
at all.
not.
I mean, as much as I want to get married, I would rather be in a great relationship or married than to be with somebody who's like doing those type of things to me. Nah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with Gway on that, and I said that I said that earlier today. It's funny that this question came up. Bad marriages suck. I'd rather be unmarried in a great relationship.
Yeah. I don't think so. What you think, Q?
I'm gonna get to the question in a second, but I think it's so funny. I'm gonna get to Savage real quick. How Savage can say more shit in typing than he can when he gets on this fucking panel. That's for one. Two, if he's talking about Miss Nay, she's with me, but she has dated men, so she can speak. So before you come for people, know they backstory or learn it the same way that we know that you now don't have a black wife, you just have half black children. So now put the question back up. Yeah, I think with the question that's posed,
you don't want me to give him a link, do you, Q?
Savage?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna say shit.
She's right. She's right.
I think an unmarried and in a great relationship would be the best choice out of the two options that you put there. For me personally.
Unmarried in a great relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if he left it as what's more important, marriage or a good relationship, would you guys say to that if these questions weren't combined?
I don't understand the question. Like, who would pick a bad marriage? I didn't understand the point of this question, honestly. What happened?
No, Bob, you want the link? No, I was saying link for Savage because of what Q was saying. So what if he siloed it? What if it was, lady, what's more important, marriage or a good relationship? Or what would you prefer? I guess maybe we break it up.
Okay, that makes more sense of a question. No one's gonna say I want a bad marriage. Well, can't they be? That's still weird. They can be both. They can be both. Like, who do you want, marriage or a great relationship? You're still putting the negativity on marriage. Like, you're still implying there's a problem with the marriage, even in that question. Because you see what I'm saying? Do you want marriage or a great relationship? I want my marriage to be great. You're implying is the marriage is a bad marriage.
Well, how about this? Would you take a good marriage or a great relationship?
Okay. That's a better question. Thank you. Good versus great. Great. I'm gonna go with great, Alex, for 200.
Alex don't know shit.
I'm talking about Alex Trebek. You missed the whole entire joke.
You go. God rest the dead.
That has nothing to do with what I said, him. Cut it out. You deflecting like a mug. Shut up.
Talk about no Alex Trebek. He's boring as fuck.
And yes,
Bob, what's up, Bob?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? You got the super chats rolling. I said I got to get Bob on the panel. Welcome. Did you want to re-ask some of them questions? Did you want to address anything? Oh, you know what? So Bob, I don't know if you ever stayed. This usually happens at the end of the show, but we do questions, comments, or smoke.
Okay. All right. Are we doing that now, or you just want me to?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Questions, comments, or smoke?
Which one you got?
I'll take a comment.
Okay.
I'll take a comment.
No, what's your comment?
I heard the saying one time that black women express their hurt but through anger. A black woman said that. Black women express their hurt through anger. And I've come to believe that's true. I thought a lot of black women were just angry just because they're the angry type. But I think there's a lot of pain in the black female community on a number of things. And it comes off even before you start talking. It comes off and you don't even know it comes off sometimes. And it turns a lot of men off. And like I say, as a man gets older, his options begin to grow. Why would he take on the task of trying to talk to a woman who on sight is going to seem problematic?
So I'm gonna jump in before Q get his ass. I think in general, most people respond to their hurt with anger because a lot of us haven't figured out how to deal with those emotions. And I think the one we can always readily identify with is anger. So most people in general, regardless of race or, gender, I think resort to that angry disposition first. And then you kind of sort through the madness after that. That's just my opinion.
Okay. That was one thing. Can I say one thing, Risky? The question I asked, and I'm glad you said, what if it was just the front part, the marriage or a good relationship? You'll see women who are married and the guy is beating them up, the guy is cheating, the guy is doing all types of things, and they won't get a divorce. But will put the clock on a man who they're in a great relationship with and say, if we're not getting married by this point, you're out. It seems like women fight harder for staying in marriage than just being in a good relationship.
I see what you're saying.
And that's why I think marriage to women, a good relationship without marriage is incomplete, I think, to women.
Hence the argument towards Gway. Because if there were no issues in her 13-year relationship, but she didn't get married, it's like, damn, what happened?
I love Gway, but yeah.
To your point. Okay,
right.
I can see that. What do you guys? Okay, I see what you're saying now. What do you guys think? That's a good point.
It's the incomplete part.
That was a good point. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn, Bob. Okay, Bob, you won. Bob.
Don DeMarco.
That's No, I changed it. Damn, man. Okay, Bob, you got him smiling and shit. You know, Bob is a pilot.
Yeah, I'm actually studying right now, man, through aircraft systems. I got to wake up here pretty early, but I caught you and I had to come
I
in.
appreciate it. Bob, do you have room for another girlfriend?
I do not. The one I'm with now is so very kind and sweet. No.
Damn it, love. All right.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, Bob
I'm
lives
gonna
in
beat
Maryland.
you. Will you shut up? I'm gonna beat you.
Hey, Bob, you the man.
Hey, thanks for making me admin. That was unexpected. I love what you do, man. You always got good stuff to say. You make me think. Panel, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too, Bob.
Bob is dope, man. Damn, love. See, you don't listen, man.
What did I do? He doesn't want. What did I do?
What, Corn?
What did I do?
What, Corn? What you doing with your hand, Corn? Stop doing that. Fuck. Yo.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Nigga, if your hand, let me say something to you real quick. If your hand is hurting, like, do this. This what niggas do. Don't be fucking. I can't even do that shit. Fuck.
Corn got that invisible stress ball.
Oh, Savage want the link. Q, you want me to drop it for him?
That's from working out. That's from working out.
I'm gonna tell you. You could drop it, but I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. He's gonna repeat what he said. I'm gonna school him, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, okay, that's it." He more spicy, like sassy in the chat than he be when he get on. So
talk that.
That's up to you.
Talk that. Talk.
Wow. Why you call that man sassy?
Damn, man. Damn, Bob.
He gonna sit there. He gonna sit there. He gonna sit there and smoke his vape pen, and not say shit. So you could. I mean, you could give him the link, but I already know how it's gonna go.
Come on here.
Savage, what's popping? Let me just put it up here. Get it over with.
So, the beginning of this conversation was preference with what Gway was saying was disingenuous because her advice, no one knew or she didn't let on about her 13-year relationship. So the whole preference of her being a pick-me was that her questions or advice was disingenuous based on a question that she answered that was asked to her. That's why I brought up, if we keep this standard, then we can't have a panel, because then we'll have to preference every single thing in a conversation. That's why it's disingenuous for a woman that dates a woman to ask about how can you follow a man. It's not personal. It's the same exact logic that went on for an hour on attacking how bad of a person Gway was. When if someone asked her, how do you feel about said thing? And then she gives an answer and now she's a pick-me based off her 13-year relationship. It's a bad standard.
Okay, so who was the woman who dates women who asked her about following a man?
Shay.
Miss Nay.
Yes, Shay.
Who does not date women, who is with a woman who has dated men.
But is she dating men?
Currently, she is not, but doesn't sound like Gway is either.
Again, I wasn't one of the 3 women that set the standard that you can't be disingenuous with your advice or your answer without preferencing it before you say it. That was the standard you guys set.
You having an issue with that would be like us having an issue that you speak so much to Black issues. You're not Black.
That's fine. That's great.
So
this isn't a Black issue. This was a woman's issue and a logic issue.
Right, but
and
this is a Black panel. This is a Black panel centered around Black relationships, which you speak heavily on. So isn't that the same thing?
Where in anything did I say anything about Black people? Do white
people not come on this panel as a panelist to speak?
Or do only Black people have relationships?
Do you know the premise of this show?
Do you know the Black man that has this panel has me come over here? He allows me to come over here?
I know.
Okay, so correct. So what is your issue with him allowing me on here?
You're not answering my question, which is exactly what I knew you would do. You'd get on here and not say shit. I'm asking you that because of what you're saying.
Well, you still didn't address the logic that I brought up in the chats and when I came up here. You just asked me a question about not being black.
I asked you a solid question because it would be the same thing. You feel like a woman who is currently with a woman isn't entitled to ask a woman who's into men about following a man. Is that correct?
You're projecting. You're projecting.
Okay, so break it down and give clarity.
I'm using the same standard that was set to start the conversation. My feelings and beliefs have nothing to do with what was said. I don't have the standard that because of her 13-year relationship, when she gives advice on a question she's asked, that disqualifies her and makes her uppity or better than or grandiose or perfect. That's what you all said about her after you called her a pick-me and talked trash about her and then went after her while she was on the panel. I'm using the same standard that you guys used. Has nothing to do with my beliefs.
But that's not what happened. If that's what you took from that, then you took away the wrong things. That's not what happened.
Literally was said, she gives advice and then didn't bring up the 13-year relationship, which means that she's lying and being disingenuous. If you're dating
if you listen to anything that was said, we kept repeating the same thing, which is why Hamp started to call it was it a circular conversation?
It was a circular argument, yeah.
Yeah, we were saying the same thing, that it comes across as though she's all-knowing. So I don't understand what you processed. But again, it goes back to, I'm able to answer that for you. You still can't answer for me why you feel so inclined to speak about Black relationship issues on a Black panel, but you're not Black. But somehow that's okay, but it's not okay for a woman that you feel is not with men, is asking a woman who is with men about men. Isn't that the same shit? It put you and Miss Nay in the same category.
But I didn't hold the standard. I'm using your guys' standard.
Okay, so right there, exactly what I said would happen. He not going to answer the question, so we not going to get nowhere.
Because you're trying to hold me to a standard that I didn't set. I'm going off the standard you guys set. I even said in the very beginning we can't have a panel if we're going to use this as a standard. Then Savage, it was referred to
when we had the race conversation. You guys did the same shit. Y'all don't want to talk directly about the fucking issue or the question. You want to talk around it, but you want to hold Black people accountable.
I'm not holding any. It has nothing to do with
why. Then why are you sitting here right now? And why are you asking the questions that you're asking? And you staying on your shit, but you're not answering none of my shit.
Because race has nothing to do with anything in this conversation. Race was not brought up at no point. When we're talking about the logic, you brought up my mixed kids. I didn't bring up you being Black. I didn't bring up anyone being Black. I brought up we're talking about Gway being a pick-me. You guys didn't talk about her being a Black pick-me. You didn't say that she was bad. You said she was talking a certain way for men. Everything I said had nothing to do with race in it.
Right. So I brought up your kids because that's a situation that people tend to have a misunderstanding on, right? People tend to not understand that because you have mixed kids, you don't have a Black wife. That's why I brought that up. You are misunderstanding that just because Miss Nay is with me, she has been with men, therefore she can speak on male relationship.
I don't think she can't. That wasn't
then that's your opinion. Then that's your opinion. That'd be like me saying I don't think you should be able to speak on Black issues because you got mixed kids.
My opinion has nothing to do with this. This is what you guys said about Gway. These are things you guys said.
Right. And I've addressed that and I've spoken to that. Where have you answered my question? What makes you so superior to Miss Nay if you feel like she's not entitled to speak about a woman following a man and she's not with a man currently, but you're not even with a Black woman currently and you're on a Black panel talking about Black relationship issues?
Again, one, I'm allowed to be here by the Black moderator. Two,
right. And so she's allowed to comment in the comment section.
Again.
And she's allowed to be on the show. And she's allowed to pay the super chat.
She couldn't. I used the same standard you guys used because it was said that when she gives advice, it's disingenuous because she's not letting on about her 13-year relationship.
It was said that it comes across disingenuous.
Which made her pick me, correct?
That's not that wasn't the premise of.
But that's what was said.
That because she comes across as disingenuous, she's a pick-me, or because sounds like she panders to men that she's a pick-me.
All of that was said. She was a pick-me, and then when it was pushed down about what it was, it came down that she was giving advice about relationships and was disingenuous after knowing about her 13-year relationship. That's what was said. It's not my standard. You guys set the standard. It's a logical argument.
So what I'm gathering, and somebody else can give a quick synopsis if you like. Essentially, when Gway was talking and giving advice, and she's so matter of fact about it, it says that she essentially has no business giving it because her results don't reflect what it is that she says, i.e. the 13-year relationship. So then when Savage brings up Nay, don't talk about men and women's relationships because you failed in those and now you're with a woman now. So if that's the standard, nobody can really give any advice if they failed in said thing. Savage is saying you can't hold him to that because he doesn't agree, nor is he following that same standard. That's what I heard. That's what I took from it. If I'm wrong, love, if you had a different
that's fine.
take,
No, I'm following. I'm gonna follow right along with you.
And I'm not saying what cute wrong. I'm just saying that's what I'm gathering. Go ahead.
Well, then I'm gonna follow along that same logic then. So why is he commenting when he didn't have a successful relationship with a black woman on a black panel?
He's not using. He's not. So that was the last part I said, love. He's not agreeing to that standard, nor does he think that standard makes sense. He's saying, but if the panelists and Nay in the chat are following that standard, then Nay can't comment on these topics with men and women.
None of us can. Like
essentially nobody can because we all failed, kind of.
We're all failing.
How do we all fail? No,
this relationship.
because it's a
so like if
marriage.
you got divorced, you really can't be out here telling motherfuckers what to do in a marriage. That would be the logic. So the fallacy there is we all failed in this game of dating and shit like that. So when we say Nay can't advise Gway can't advise because she didn't accomplish that end goal in that marriage, it's disingenuous to actually tell her that because we all fail.
But she can. That's the thing. She can, right? Whether or not somebody takes her advice is up to them because she hasn't matched.
She shouldn't. Sorry, she shouldn't.
But she can.
No, I know she can't. She shouldn't is the point.
Right, but if we go there, we push it all the way to the end and say we shouldn't have this fucking show because we're all flawed in every area.
Yeah, that's what Savage was saying.
But that's not what I'm understanding, right?
No. That's why we just talking it out.
Right, but the reason for that is because we don't come across as disingenuous because we share our truths and we share our stories, right? She doesn't do that when she speaks, so it goes back to that tone and delivery.
No, you wasn't on the panel when I shared that story. That's a difference.
Right, but I've been on the panel tonight and I've heard enough from you that to the point where I had to ask you, what is your daily flaw other than taking a shit?
Everybody has a daily flaw.
Right.
You know, the point y'all was making is that because I had I didn't get married, so I can't say when him asks or say something like, oh, black men are defeating me, black women, I can then say, no, don't say that to black men because women are out here doing it to themselves because they're putting it on the internet and everybody can see, and that black men don't have to explain to other men because other men can see they got two eyes. So you're saying I can't say that because I didn't get married in the relationship that I was in.
Yeah, then we had other
Well, that's what I think Alex was the one that called me
and
a
I think
picnic.
But we keep on saying the same thing over and over again.
Because
Savage coming in. No, Savage.
See, the thing is, Hamp saved you, right? And Hamp allowed it to be an all-inclusive thing, but you came for one particular person. So if it was that none of us are allowed because none of us have mastered the standard and all of us has failed, your ass should have said that, but you didn't. You singled out one person, and you singled out the fact that she is not with a man.
I targeted Alex. My first super chat was that literally we can't have panels with this standard. That was the first super chat.
Right.
I
So
sent
then you would have left it there though. You could have left it there though, right? So now
you guys went at her for an hour off of this.
Right, but you could have left it there, right? But then you singled out Miss Nay and pointed out her lack of being with men, correct? So then whenever I did that with you with race, you got offended, and then Hamp came and saved your ass, and then so we now have to make this an all-inclusive conversation.
No, I didn't get offended.
You were doing the same because you wouldn't answer it
because it wasn't relevant.
Right, so you're gonna push it out as irrelevant.
No, because this is what you're not getting. You guys justified going after Gway off this premise. Mm-hmm. I kept through the whole chat talking about this premise. Mm-hmm. I went after Alex. Alex had a backup plan. She was talking about being disingenuous and being a pick-me to Gway. By the same standard, she's in the same boat that she's claiming that Gway's in. Your girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is, that's not to be offensive, but I don't know what your actual status is. But she was backing everything you guys were up in the chat. I made the same point. The point that I'm making is you guys are justifying going after her off bad logic, and you kept circling around, and it was an hour-long thing. And this whole point is, if you don't like what she says based on a question she's asked, then that's a thing. But to try to justify it with, well, I've never lived in Texas, so I can't take anything Hamp says seriously because, you guys are using a minuscule thing to disqualify something that's not relevant. If she's asked a question and answered, her personality.
She wasn't being attacked. She wasn't being attacked. Let's be very clear about that. No one attacked her. Not one time did Gway feel attacked on this panel. She even sat there and said she didn't feel attacked. But you guys, you men keep on using that inflammatory word, saying she was attacked. She was not. We were having a dialogue. And at the end of the dialogue, because she did say initially she couldn't take advice, she would not take advice from women. And then I asked her the follow-up question about taking advice from women that are married, and she agreed to that. So we came to a conclusion. Right. We came to a good ending. But y'all didn't keep talking about attacking. I'm sorry, Q, go ahead.
I feel like there was a conversation being had, right? And in those conversations, Gway was bringing some clarity, right? In the other part of those conversations, she said things that then we held her accountable for. It seems like you inserted yourself in a conversation women were having with other women, and somehow you got bothered by that, and then inserted yourself, and to the point where you started bringing up people who are not even on the panel. Dana's not even here. All right, you were reaching. So I can't entertain that.
Someone literally said that she had to preference her relationship status off of a 13-year relationship before she said something. Those exact words were used. Yesterday, Dana said some crazy shit, and I made the same point. Well, then she should have to preference that crazy shit anytime she says anything.
You sound ridiculous. You're taking everything out of the context, and that was clarified yesterday from yesterday's show. Right. That is not what happened yesterday. I was on the show yesterday, and I clarified it, so did Dana.
Now this is a woman's issue. Now, Savage, this is a woman's conversation. Savage, this is a woman's conversation with a woman's issue, and you have so much more to say than what you had to say when we brought up a black and white issue, and you could have spoke up for your people more.
I don't need to speak up for my people.
But that's what you were here for. It was a black and white conversation. You said very little to y'all shit. But when it comes to black women issues or issues with women, which you don't fit in either of those categories, you got so much to say.
That's great. I don't need to defend white people. I don't have.
Please put this nigga in the bathroom at some point, yo.
But I do think it's funny though that Love said that Gway wasn't attacked, but Risky had to tell her she should probably stop talking about Gway. She's not on the panel. And then continue to keep talking about Gway.
Oh, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. No, you're not going to deflect. Q made a great point. It landed. Address it. That point or not. Pick one.
I addressed it.
Not.
I wish you had this much fire. The only smoke you had was that fucking pen. That's it. I wish you had this much fire when it came to y'all issues. Because that would have been a great show.
It would have. It would have, but he ain't gonna adjust what you're saying. So the answer is not, right? Boom. Okay, cool. Done.
Let me read these super chats real quick. It's only a few. Oh shit, where am I? This one? Oh, Sinead with the $5. Savage, you were with a black woman and turned away. I was with men and turned away. Sounds like the same. We switched teams. That ain't a team switch. Yo, Nate, go to bed. Go to bed. Angry Snowman with the $5. This is why you only talk to women with their clothes off.
That's crazy.
That was nuts.
Oh, man, these niggas is crazy. Hey, hold on, Mr. White, who won, man? You on mute?
Oh, you on mute?
He should stay on mute. He should stay on mute. Stay on mute.
Nah, Savage kicked y'all ass.
He always say that same entire thing every time he comes on here. He always
gonna pick the weakest person. Savage. I would not even take that as a compliment. He is such an instigator. You guys have no idea. He's always gonna pick the weakest argument and say that person kicked ass, and you see him smiling through the whole shit.
But to be fair, it wasn't. To be fair, but listen. To be fair, it wasn't about winning.
It wasn't.
No, always
well,
about
tell Adrian
winning.
that. Tell Adrian that. Savage. Tell Adrian that because he's
Savage. It's always about winning.
No, tell Adrian that. He meant it. It wasn't about winning. Adrian, he said he's talking to you.
But listen, guys, I want you to realize that 99% of the time when I'm talking, I'm talking about hypocrisies in arguments. Like when we had that panel about relationships, I didn't troll at all. I was 100% transparent. Most of the times when we're having these conversations, there's hypocrisies that happen in these conversations, and I point those out. That's all I do. And I do troll because trolling is fun to some degree.
Corn, you see how stupid I look? You see how feminine I look, Corn?
That's a good way. That's a good way to check conversation.
I bet Will does that at home.
Who?
I bet Will Smith does that a lot at his home.
Oh my God, Will Smith be in his home fucking skipping all types of shit. John the Baptist with the $5. Salvage. Good God.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Salvage. Rest in your win. You won the debate. Damn, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Savage, you have any last words? Apparently, you took a W today.
No, but Q. Honestly, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or come at your relationship or any of that. I was just pointing out hypocrisy. That's all I was doing. Like, don't think that I was trying to be mean to your old lady. And Alex, I wasn't trying to be mean to you. I like, you're married longer than me. Like, it's not a personal thing. But if we're going to hold standards, we got to hold a standard. And like, that standard is just illogical because none of us are good at anything. We're not great at everything. Like, we're all flawed. So any argument that we would have would fail because we're humans. But everyone have a good night.
Here's the thing, Savage. You can't be so spicy in text and then come on here and start apologizing and shit. Like, how you was, just keep that same energy and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I felt like you was being that offensive and I took it that personal, that's tough titties for me, right? But at least you being a real one and you standing on your shit. But you gonna come on here, exactly what I said you would do, you did. You know, like, you can't do that. The same energy you have when you're typing, keep that when you come up here. When you get that link, it's going like hot butter popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand that.
We're not apologizing unless we really take it there and go too far. But you can't apologize for something you assume.
But what I'm saying is I'm not being disrespectful, and I want that to be clear that I wasn't trying to be disrespectful because it was your relationship because she is dating you. It would be out of pocket if I said something like that to Hamp's wife. If I was being disrespectful, so I don't want it to come off that way. I was just doing a logical point. Regardless if we're trolling and talking shit, I just don't want you to think that it was malicious. That's it.
But again, that would be on me, right? if
No.
I felt that way. No, because I know what disrespect is.
Yes, but
I know what
again,
disrespect is.
even if you,
What Reese did was disrespectful, and when
I don't
I
know.
recognize it, it will get addressed.
I don't
But
know what Reese
you
did.
were, yeah, you didn't
But
take shit too far, in my opinion.
yeah,
but
I'm just
you
saying
took it far enough to get the link.
Well, but yeah, just it's not personal, guys. Have a good night.
No doubt.
Nah, what I just heard Savage say was he beat your ass without trying. That's what I heard him say.
Nah.
Nope.
Q, I think the sentiment he was sharing was men stay away from commenting on other men's wives. That's basically what he was trying to
No,
come
yeah, I see where he was going with that, but again, you can't. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you start there, finish there. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, like I said, he would have just said in general, I don't think any of us are qualified because yada yada yada, and he would have left it there. Or when he spoke about the whole panel, he would have just left that there. But when you took it there and you started name dropping, you gotta come on here and you gotta stand on that. There's no room for apologies at that point.
The key to it is, I hear what you're saying. The key to it is, I use Gway as a tangible example for proper perspective to trying to paint the narrative. And then so he used tangible examples because they resonate more. You know, if I say Joe Schmo, who's a nobody, you don't have any frame of reference. So I think, you know, maybe he kind of took that from when I started it and kept it going. But I understand what you're saying.
But you know, and him, you got to stop doing that shit too. Always clarifying for these niggas and saving them. Like, it was what it was. He said what he said, and we good.
That's the job.
Yeah, don't stop doing that because it makes
you don't be saving me. No, but he don't do that. But he don't do it when he does that for the women. What is he called? What's the title?
Simp.
That's all right.
Yo, hell yeah! That last week they was trying to. I was like, but I do clarify points. But hey, man, sometimes I can feel like I'm saving them, but that's the job, man. That's my talent. Bees with the $10. Love banging again. You see, she got that red on. She might, you know. Hey, keep taking those L's, and I'ma move on. Bees was popping. John said, "I'm driving $2." So you driving? So you added an extra letter. Okay.
Right.
So you get technical. You get all right. I understand. All right, I think that's the last one. Damn, man. This shit was funny as hell, though, man. Simp, man. You got Korn, Will Smith. Okay, I'm just, you know, damn, man. It just simp. Simps. Last thing, Alex, are simps dangerous?
Yes.
Yes. Are they more dangerous to men's reputations or women's ego?
I would say to a man's reputation.
Yeah. I feel like they be blowing y'all average women's heads up. And then y'all be walking around here like your shit don't stink, and then you be surprised when your bubble get burst.
Yeah, then they want to talk about the lighting in your room here.
You feel me?
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
Motherfucker
that.
like a barilla, man. Oh man. Damn, Gway, did you have any last thoughts?
No, I mean I just came up here to like say my piece and stuff like that. I think that I actually really do feel like because my point of view is not in line with what women should think like. I think that's where you see a lot of women have some type of inks because then they feel like you're siding with the guys when what you're saying, if they take feelings out of it, is actually the truth. Because you're not defending women that are doing good. You're actually talking about women who are out here representing, because they're the loudest, they're representing women in a bad light. So if I come on your panel and you ask me a question, I should answer the question. I shouldn't have to say, Okay, well, before I answer the question, by the way, I was in a 13-year relationship that didn't work. So let me just put that out there first before I answer the question. You know, so I think that's what most of the women on the panel, because you notice that they all always side with each other. They're always on the same page. And I'm like the one that doesn't in line with what their train of thought is. So, but I mean, I would say like I will always stick to who I am, whether you know anybody like it or not. So that's just me. I'm always gonna stick to that. And if you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you my honest answer. And I don't really care who likes it or don't like it, you know. But it was a great show, you know, and thanks for letting me up.
No
I
doubt, no
gotta
doubt,
go
no
chill.
doubt. Be safe.
All right.
Go say hi to the family and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my family. All right, bye.
All right, peace. Yeah, Mr. White, real quick, just real quick. The simp. Who is he more dangerous to, men or women?
Women, the woman's ego, because then they be expecting that from everybody else, and that's just another excuse for them to leave them too, because they're not matching the energy that the simp be matching. So definitely to a woman's ego. And hold on, I know you about to go around the panel, but I got a quick good question though, right? Or an observation. You notice how women only complain about another woman's tone or the way they say something when they're saying something that they don't agree with? But any other time, if it's somebody saying something that they agree with and they yelling it don't matter how she say it, they're like, yeah, she right. Yeah, she right. That's it.
Oh yeah. Alex is the main one. Dana be cussing somebody out. Alex will be popping her neck, rolling her eyes, all types of shit going on. So yeah, I'm glad she hopped off. You know my damn nerves. Love.
Leave Alex alone.
To
answer your question, I think simps are more dangerous to men, and no woman wants a simp. No woman wants a simp. We don't go out looking for simps. Cut it out. That's all I gotta say.
Did you answer my question?
I said men.
Yeah,
and then I went, thank you, Corn. I did, didn't I?
Oh, men want simps.
No, I said men. Simps are more dangerous to men. I said that. And then I said, and no woman wants a simp. No woman wants a simp. We don't go out looking for simps.
You don't want the top dog. Trust me, you can't handle it.
I would love it. I would love it.
You can't handle it.
I want to just relax. I want the soft life. Just do it.
No. Top dog, you have to serve.
I'm a serve. Actually, I'm a natural server. I'm a natural born servant.
And be a sister wife. Corn, who's
hell no?
Who's the simp more dangerous to, men or women? Huh?
Oh, I feel like it's more dangerous to men. Same thing. I feel like men not having a backbone is a so women, they think that's what they're gonna get. I think that can definitely give a man a bad light. So yeah, I think it's more dangerous to men.
Yeah. Q, what say you?
I say in our society, the simp is the ideal mate for the narcissist. And if you know anything about narcissists, they are ego driven. So yeah, the ego for sure.
I think simps are probably more dangerous to men because they're inflating these women's egos, and then they don't think they average, and so they don't think average men qualify. I think there are some things that automatically make you a simp. Sleeping on the couch. And this is a righteous thing, but it still gives you you qualify. And I gotta say it, being a stepdad. I have to say.
Wow.
Yo, it's a righteous act, and you gotta be selfless. and all these kids need dads. You know, a lot of them don't have it.
How is that a simp? You gotta. I need more than that. You can't just throw that out there.
No, and I'm saying it's righteous, it's selfless, but when they graduate, they run into their daddy, and they calling you John. Thanks, John. Hey, Dad. So like, yo, like it just. It's true. Because to take care of raise another man's kid, I mean that is almost like if it was in a dictionary, that would be they put it in a sentence, that would be in there. I'm not saying it is a simp tendency.
No, I don't agree because it was a package deal. I didn't get the woman without him, and it's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even talking to you, Playboy. I didn't say nothing. I didn't even.
Yeah, but I'm
you looking at me. I ain't even looking at you.
I'm a stepdad. So now, it definitely can be depending on how you run your home, depending on the decisions and things that are, made. Yeah. So like I make decisions for my stepdaughters, just like my normal daughters. They all get treated the same. The law is the law, period. And nobody can change that.
Mr. White, I love you. You good. You just that's so if there's a categories, you gotta check over there in the simp category. That's all it is. And again, I'm not saying it's bad.
Put a poll up, not on this because we about to end, but put a poll up.
Look, Savage say Risky, I'm a beta simp. You got me $2. Yo, man. Oh shit, Savage said Joseph was a simp. Nah, I don't know why they keep telling y'all that in them churches. Jesus is Joseph's fucking son, bro. Y'all need to read Hebrew, but I don't feel like kicking nobody ass with that shit right now. I know, love. I know you got your goddamn boot, man. Shit.
Say what?
I smoked your boot so fast you went over and got drunk. After we finished talking about the Bible. After I finished talking about the Bible, she went over and started drinking. I said, damn, okay, that's what that does to you. Okay, I see.
You know he's making this up, right?
You needed a ride home, goddamn it. Damn, man. Listen, man, I love you. Let me see. Any more super chat before we get the hell out of here? John the Baptist Files. Hemp don't use John as a stepdad, but stepdad back cleanup. Cleanup is good, right? The cleanup hitter bats fourth, right? Because the bases could be loaded and he knocks all the runs in. Right?
Just like a stepdad do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he might be the bat boy. Maybe that's what you meant, John. He said, don't use the John. My bad. Damn, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I do not fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Love. Final thought.
This was an excellent podcast per usual. It was very entertaining and very informative. My last thing I have to say is I think that when women are talking to women, men need to stay out of it because nobody asked you to join our womanly conversation. Just like you sat there, it's like men always say, when you hear men talking, be quiet. When you hear women talking and nothing is being done and abusive, be quiet. Let women talk. We gonna handle and be all right. Just like you saw what happened tonight. Good night.
Word. Corn.
So I am not a simp. Will Smith is not a simp. We're in this together, my brother. But no, I just want to say that I think as men, we just got to make sure we step up, man. That we be there for our women, and I pray to God that we don't look at them as being beta males, simps, or whatever. That we can be good men, that we can be a comfort zone for our women, and that we can just show them the way that love needs to be. And so that's all I want to say.
Amen.
What? Q.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to our guest. Shout out to the motherfucking chat, yo. Y'all be getting on my nerves, but I love y'all for real. And if you are a simp and in need of some healing, make sure you go on Amazon.com and order this book, Peace, Happiness, Love, A Journey to Healing.
Word. Mr. White.
Definitely, yo. If you a simp, man, go get some healing. Go get you a therapist. Get you a coach. Get you a something. You definitely have to do. Definitely got to do better. Yeah, man. I just hope y'all have a good week, man. Definitely have a good week, and I encourage you all to just come from a place of gratitude. Be grateful for where you at and the things you have.
Word. I have to. If you're a simp, don't go to therapy. It is an affirmation space. They can only give you so-called tools to be successful, but it's only based on what you tell them. They can't actually instruct you. Go to a fucking barbershop. Go play football. Go play basketball. Go do some rough shit. God damn it. To get you out of your simpish ways. Fuck you talking about. And love, don't unmute when motherfuckers say corny even say nothing. You just talking about all right. Nobody want to hear that shit.
I said amen. I said amen. He said,
secondly,
love your wife.
Secondly, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking at you. Secondly, we may need to butt in on y'all conversation. Y'all ain't that damn sharp. All right. So y'all need men to kind of, okay, you're going a little bit too far to the left, a little bit too far to the right. Let me get you guys back in order. So yeah, that's the job. When Q's there, sometimes I let it go. If you just y'all like regular women, nah, fuck that. Nope. Not doing it. Nope.
If you don't shut up talking that nonsense, I know it's your final thought.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.